like 5'8", maybe 5'6".
Next up is Kyle Jillian Reese. Kyle is the son of Nathan and Jessica Reese. He has played football for 5 years. Kyle plans to attend college and major in neuroscience and engineering. Kyle Jillian Reese. Our next senior is Haley Harmon. Haley is the daughter of Laura Bosley and Josh Harmon. Haley has been the team manager for 2 years. She plans to begin her career in photography. Haley Harmon. Up next we have Conlon Hoffman. Conlon is the son of Matthew and Jamie Hoffman. He has played football and track and field. Conlon plans to attend college and major in information technology. Conlon Hoffman. Our next senior is Ian Hogan. Ian is the son of Pat and Carrie Hogan. Ian plays football and plans to attend college and major in sports management. Ian Hogan. Up next we have Jody Louie II. Jody is the son of Melanie Henson and Jody Louie I. Jody plays football and plans to begin his career as an electrician. Jody Louie II. Our next senior is Dylan Oversmith. Dylan is the son of Gloria and Joe Reeves and Daniel Oversmith. Dylan plans to begin his career in metal fabrication. Dylan Oversmith. Our next senior is Mackenzie Samperi. Mackenzie is the daughter of Rochelle Samperi and the granddaughter of Bill Meinhardt. Mackenzie is a member of National Honor Society, mock trial, friends and family, and Minithon. Mackenzie has been the football team manager for 2 years and plays field hockey and softball. She plans to attend Pittsburgh University and major in nursing to become a midwife. Mackenzie Samperi. Our next senior is Michael Shockvey. Michael is the son of Dawn and David Shockvey. He is a member of National Honor Society and mock trial. Michael plays football and tennis. He plans to attend college and study aerospace engineering. Michael Shockvey. Up next is Jonah Wareheim. Jonah is the son of Jeff and Amy Wareheim. Jonah is a member of the Four Square Club and plays football and track and field. Jonah plans to attend college and major in business management. Jonah Wareheim. Now our cheerleaders, Natalie Apple. Natalie is the daughter of Jessica Hartlob and sister to Ben Apple. She is a captain of the cheerleading team and a member of Link Crew and Friends and Fun Club. Natalie cheers for competition and football cheer and also plays softball. She plans to attend college and major in the medical field. Natalie Apple. Next senior is Brianne Ikes. Brianne is the daughter of Brock and Shannon Ikes. She's a member of SAD Club, Student Council. She cheers for football and winter cheer. Brione plans to attend college and major in special education. Brione Ikes. Our next senior is Haley Jackson. Haley is the daughter of Amy and Kevin Jackson. She is a member of Mock Trial, Foursquare Club, Link Crew, and Avidum. Haley is captain of the cheer team and participated in unified track and field. Haley Jackson. Next up is Hannah Kim. Hannah is the daughter of Amy Kim and Brandon and Nicole Kim. Hannah has played volleyball and cheers for varsity football. Hannah looks forward to graduation and plans to attend college. Hannah Kim. Our next senior is Natasha Lockman. Natasha is the daughter of Cindy and Steve Lockman. She is a member of Minithon, Key Club, Link Crew, Chorus, and Concert Choir. Natasha cheers for varsity football and winter cheer. Natasha plans to attend college and is still deciding on her final major. Natasha Lockman. Our next senior is Trinae Payton. Trinae is the daughter of Marlise and Theo Payton. Trinae is a member of Link Crew, Spirit Council, and Cheer Captain. She is Drama Troop Vice President, Tri-Am Treasurer, and Senior Class President. Trinae also enjoys chorus, concert choir, select modern band, and expressions. Trinae plans to attend college and major in music theater. Trinae Payton. Our next senior is Emily Randisi. Emily is the daughter of James and Vicky Randisi. She is a member of Avidum and captain of the cheer team. Emily plans to attend college and major in biology. Emily Randisi. Next we have Rebecca Sprinkle. Rebecca is the daughter of Jolene and Eric Sprinkle. She cheers for varsity football. Rebecca plans to attend college and major in teaching. Rebecca Sprinkle. Next is Ashlyn Wilson. Ashlyn is the daughter of Jess and Josh Wilson. She is a member of SAD Club and cheers for varsity football. Ashlyn plans to attend college and major in teaching. Ashlyn Wilson. Ladies and gentlemen, those are our seniors. Let's hear it for them.
Seniors, real quick, from myself and the rest of the administration and families who are here, thank you very much for cooperating and being patient with us through this entire process. It's not what any of us envisioned when you came into high school 4 years ago as freshmen, but we thank you very much for the time, energy, and heart that you have given us at Spring Grove. Thank you very much. You will all be very missed, very much missed. And let's play some football.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to SG Live's production of YAIAA football. Tonight, the William Penn Bearcats come and visit the Rockets of Spring Grove. Both teams are 1-0 coming into this competition, as last Friday night, Spring Grove was victorious at Northeastern 31-14, and William Penn beat Dover 45-7. Both teams are tied for first place with Central York for the Division I lead 1 week into the YAIAA season. I am Wayne Dull, and I'm happy to have you with me, and along with me is color commentator and former football coach Troy Smith.
Good to be here tonight. Looking forward to this game. I think it's going to be a lot of fast-paced running here. It's going to be interesting to see a lot of the zone play. It'll be interesting to also see how the defenses stack up against each team.
Yeah, and so, Troy, as I mentioned, we are in week 2, and certainly as we're getting ready for the national anthem here momentarily, this is a season unlike any others. As I mentioned, there are only 3 undefeated teams in Division I, despite there being 8 teams, and the reason is because of COVID. All non-league games were canceled, and so because of that, teams have not played out-of-league games, but additionally, because of different positive tests at different schools, some teams were not able to play the first week of the season. Dallastown was supposed to be against Southwest week 1, and due to COVID tests, that matchup could not happen. However, the good news is the entire YAIAA is going to be in action tonight, and we'll certainly fill you in on those games. But Troy, we mentioned you're a former coach. I know how important OTAs or preseason is, and voluntary workouts and lifting sessions and a full camp and everything else. And these players, these coaches were denied that. What are some of the implications that we might expect to see tonight as a result of COVID-19 on these football teams?
Well, conditioning alone is going to definitely be seen right off the bat. Going through the whole season, usually both of these teams, I'm sure, started in January, then had to cut it short in March was it, that we got sent home. I know that the football players that I talk to on a regular basis from Spring Grove, they were able to do voluntarily stuff, but then they couldn't do everything because of the social distancing, of course. But I'm sure it's going to be a little bit of some hassle because they're not getting into their full defense, having contact, and that's a lot of the stuff going into the season, especially that first week.
I also think some of the things that we saw last week, Spring Grove faced Northeastern, and one of the things that really benefited Spring Grove is Northeastern had adopted a new run option offense. And Troy, I'm guessing that one of the reasons why Spring Grove was so successful defensively last week is that's got to be hard to implement a new option running system without a lot of time in the offseason to work on that.
Yeah, but they definitely have the weapons here on the team. And Zaire leading the charge in this backfield. It's going to be really interesting. We'll see what happens throughout this game if we're able to see where we're going, as far as who's going to get that jump, who's going to be blocking well on the front line. Front line is going to dictate what happens here.
And last year, this game was one that Spring Grove would like to erase the memory of. It was a 49-19 game. Both teams, had a decent start to the season leading in, and William Penn came and we were at William Penn, and they were a buzzsaw. However, William Penn, and this happens in high school sports all the time, right? You have some classes.
At this time, we have the captains report to midfield for the coin toss. Captains to midfield for the coin toss.
Class, whereas Spring
See
Grove
who gets possession first.
a very young, inexperienced team, a freshman quarterback last year, sophomores all over the place, Troy. They now, those sophomores are juniors, and that freshman quarterback is a sophomore. And so we'll pause here as we get ready for the national anthem.
Got it in there.
The Rockets have won the coin toss, but have deferred to the second half, so the Bearcats will receive the ball to start the game. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, with pride and respect, we ask you to please rise. And gentlemen, please remove your hats for the singing of our national anthem by Spring Grove senior Trinae Payton.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red light, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does the star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. An additional reminder, the Spring Grove Area School District campuses are a tobacco-free environment. Use of tobacco products is strictly prohibited. Violators of this
All
policy
right,
will
and
be
so
removed
another
from the
wonderful
stadium.
rendition
Thank
of
you
Star
and
Spangled
enjoy the
Banner by this
game.
very talented Spring Grove music program. And so, Troy, as I mentioned earlier, we have York High, we have Spring Grove. Kids are ready to play, and we can't have a football game between Spring Grove and York High in today's climate without mentioning the head coaching matchup. York High, coached by Russ Stoner, who had coached here at Spring Grove for several years. Certainly had some successful seasons and, ended up not finishing out so hot there towards the end and moved on to York High. And Kyle Sprinkle, who had coached here previously on the JV level and at the lower levels, and then played here, of course, ended up going on to Lafayette to play and was all Patriot League, came back, and now is the head coach of the Spring Grove Rocket program. So we have the previous coach of Spring Grove versus the current coach of Spring Grove. So that always adds some fun as well. Additionally, as I mentioned last year, William Penn did beat Spring Grove 49-19, but Troy, the teams are different. Talk to me a little bit about what excites you about this Spring Grove team and why we should believe that the Rockets are really going to give William Penn and the Bearcats a run for their money tonight.
Okay, this junior class has a lot of speed. This team's been playing for a couple of years now. Went undefeated in the 9th grade, and there's no doubt that they've got a lot of strengths on this team. But here again, we got to see what happens in that front line. If that front line's able to move and block well, using technique, getting off the ball quick, opening that hole for Tyree, and letting Osmond sit back in the pocket, throw the ball. I know they weren't very successful throwing the ball last week, but we'll see what happens with it today.
And just like that, the kick is off as the quarterback Osmond boots the ball deep, caught at the 15-yard line. And the Bearcats able to get through a little bit and drop down at the 37. And so a nice early pickup there for
Simmons
number
on the
3,
return
Simmons
for the Bearcats.
of the Bearcats.
Drew Miller on the stop for the Rockets. The Bearcats ball, 1st and 10.
So it'll be 1st and 10 on the 36 for the Bearcats. And quarterbacking this team is Sam Stoner, who is the son of head coach Russ Stoner. And so Sam is a sophomore. He's 6 feet tall, 200 pounds, pretty good built kid, and
Southpaw as well.
And a lefty. So both quarterbacks are lefties, Troy.
Yes.
Going to the motion.
And basically a jet.
Simmons, the ball
Yeah,
carrier.
that's Simmons, who was the kick returner, Troy, and right away you can see the
Miller and
emphasis on the
Wagman on
kick
the stop of the
return, and
Rockets.
Russ
No
decides to go
gain on
back
the
in for the
play.
first play, but the
Second
Rockets
down.
sniffed it out, so 2nd and 10 for the Bearcats.
I'm excited to see what that defensive line does here. Jake DeLauder in the middle there. See if he can break through and make some good push in that backfield, disrupt a little bit.
All right, so we see Stoner once again in the shotgun. Tailback to his left, takes a snap, looks good, deep ball right off the bat, testing the young corner, and that ball is caught on the far side of the field. And we don't have a camera in here, so it's going to be hard to pick up numbers. Look like number 14, which is Lee, which I have down as their top wide receiver for the Bearcats.
Pass is complete. Rashid Lee on the reception for the Bearcats. Ball spotted on about the 19-yard line. 1st and 10.
That was pushing, but didn't
Your
no
call.
flag on the play.
And so 1st and 10 for the Bearcats on the 19 with an explosive second play from offense. And boy, if Sam Stoner can throw that ball all day, that might be a problem. And out of the gun, the handoff to number 28. Little shifty, brought down at the 14. And that is White.
There's a flag on the play here.
.28 Jaheim White, the ball carrier. Flag on the play.
Looks like Yorkai might be backing up here, so maybe he'll hold.
Holding gets the Bearcats. 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Remains 1st down.
So 1st down for the Bearcats again. In the pistol. Stoner hands it off again.
Nice hole in the middle there.
And gets to about the 19-yard line, which was the original line of scrimmage.
White, the ball
Good
carrier.
block even up front there for the Bearcats. Opening up a nice hole. Looks like we got a player down.
Officials timeout on the field.
And so we do have a rocket down on the field. The Bearcats return their sideline, but Troy, it's number 70 for Spring Grove, which is Cameron Braxton, defensive lineman, 5'11", 245 pounds. Looks like he might play both ways, so we're going to hope he's okay. It looks like they're stretching him out, but what are you seeing from the line so far, Troy? I know that first
Ladies and
run
gentlemen, your
play
attention, please. We do have
by
complimentary
William Penn was
water
snuffed out,
available
but since then,
at the
William Penn's
home
getting a pretty
concession
good push.
stand.
Yeah, it looks like
Complimentary water is available at the home
Second
concession
round.
stand.
I'm not sure if it's the same coach that coached last year, but if it is, they'll be well coached and know their assignments really well. Looks like he's moving off.
Cameron Braxton shaking up on the play, coming off under his own power.
All right, so 2nd down now for the Bearcats, 2nd and 10 from the 19. Once again, Stoner looks like maybe in the pistol. Motion right to left. Snuffed out again as the Rockets get a nice push there up front. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 now from the 19.
White, the ball carrier. Austin Kreitz on the stop for the
I've
Rockets.
seen much of this Yorkai offense, Troy, but I'm wondering with all this motion and the handoffs, if we're going to see, do you think Stoner might be keeping some of these at some
Lost
point?
about one on the play,
I
brings
would
up
imagine, I mean, if
3rd down.
that's a part of his read, to pull and run.
And Stoner, 3rd down. Looks like goes to Lee again. Touchdown. What a magnificent catch in the far side of the end zone. And was that Lee
Touchdown,
again?
Bearcats.
Well, good receiver was taught to go up to the ball. He definitely went up way high to get that one. Looked really good.
Yeah, and
Both hands on it.
that does look like it was Rasheem Lee again. And Troy, he's got a big height advantage on that corner on the outside there. And early on, we can see that Yorkai likes to attack the middle with the run, but likes to go deep to the outside on the pass. And so I'm assuming Coach Sprinkle's going to have to start thinking about how he's going to counter those deep passes to the outside. Kick up and good. So
Kick is
7-0
up, kick is
Bearcats.
good.
And there was no pressure on Sam.
9:31 to go in the first quarter. Bearcats 7, Rockets
Still,
0.
I didn't see anybody even close to him when he popped up to throw that ball. I'm hoping that we see some difference in the pressure here, because if this is the case, Sam's going to have his a game night for his throwing, that's for sure.
And so with that score, it is 7-0 Bearcats. 9:31 left on the clock here in the first period. I know typically that with the SG Live, we've got accustomed to seeing the scoreboard and a whole bunch of different cameras, and due to COVID, we are under some limited restrictions for this game, and so we will be providing those updates verbally for you, but it is 7-0 Bearcats with 9:31 to go here in the first quarter. The Rockets set to receive the kick. Nice high end over end kick. Fielded at the 11. Oh, misplayed. And I think the Rockets got bailed out there. I think that ball was touched.
Yeah, I believe it was too.
By Brooks, by Zaire Brooks. I think that ball was touched, and the one official missed it. And so instead of having a really bad spot where he could have been tackled at the 1 or 2, the Rockets are going to get bailed out here, and they're going to have the ball
20-yard line, the Rocket ball. First and 10.
On the 20. So an early break for the Rockets, but hey, Troy, we'll take this.
Yeah, we'll be able to see what the tone's going to be set with this offensive line, how they move, coming off the ball.
All right, so another lefty here playing quarterback in the shotgun. Rockets again use motion. And there's a keeper. And nice tough run there by Rocket quarterback. Very run-heavy offense for the Rockets, yes?
Hopefully we can see the pass game come alive today. I mean, when you have 2 star running backs and the quarterback that can run, I mean, as long as you're not fumbling the ball and let it work.
Yeah, and last week, the Rockets pulled out to a 31-0 lead in the first half, so there wasn't really a demand to throw the ball. They only had, I think, 10 pass attempts all game, completed 2 of them, but run-heavy offense, and we'll see. I'm sure that's what Coach...
Big hole there. Offensive line gave Zaire a really big hole. This could be exciting.
Zaire Brooks, ball carrier.
Maybe got enough for a first down as well.
Well, 2nd and 3.
That run is good enough for your Rocket. First
Down Rockets. Nice hard run there by Zaire Brooks. And Troy, you were talking about him earlier. What do you like about his game?
He is really good at planting his foot and making the other person snap their ankles. I had the pleasure of being able to coach him early on in his career and help him develop that plant. Now this kid can run downhill and man, he moves and he hits his foot into that foot and goes upfield. And there's no big run for him.
Zaire Brooks to the outside, crosses the 40-yard line to about the 45-yard line. That is good enough for another Rocket.
First down for the Rockets. 1st and 10 after a nice run by Mr. Brooks again. And it's going to be Rocket ball on their own 44, and they are moving this offensive line is getting a good push, a lot of space for the running game.
Be interesting to see if they give this to Tyree here. His brother Tyree's in the game.
All right, so Osmond in the shotgun. As you mentioned, Tyree to his left. Takes a snap, looking to pass. And Osmond looked like he looked for a quick read, could not find it, and then maybe held on a little too long and found himself in a little bit of trouble with the 5-yard loss here. Nice pressure there by the front of the Bearcats.
Yeah, looked like they brought six on that play.
And Troy, before the game, you were saying you see a lot of 6-man rushes there for the Bearcats, and that's kind of right up Russ's alley. He knows he's got the athletes, he likes to use them.
Right. Well, and he can do the one-on-one coverage in the outside. These athletes in the outside can definitely do a job. So, give more people in the middle and other stuff trying to go to the outside there.
Tyree Brooks
there, maybe a yard, and so it is going to be about 3rd and 15 for the Rockets.
Gain of 1 on the play.
They're on the 38.
3rd down.
So one thing I'm noticing already, Troy, is we don't have a lot of fans here because of the COVID restrictions. You can really hear the sound talking. That's pretty exciting.
It's just feeling really weird. I'm sure for the players it feels a little bit odd as well because it's not something they're accustomed to. Friday Night Lights. Shouldn't be hearing crickets.
Well, I think that was almost more of a get out of dodge pass there. Maybe a smart play there by Austin. Obviously, he was designed to roll out left, got it on the pocket, threw it away. And you did mention the crickets. How this isn't normal. Troy, it was senior night tonight.
Fourth down and a punting situation for the Rockets.
Obviously, a little bit missing. And
Yeah,
so,
and I know both of the stands were packed. COVID was not an issue. This would be a loud game on both sides.
all right, so fourth down for the Rocks. Is that Osmond punting as well? Yes, it is. So Osmond quarterbacks, place kicks, and punts. Hits it over the Bearcat head and just bounces into the end zone. And one thing I like about this, Troy, that could come into play in the future, Osmond is a quarterback and a punter.
That'll be a touchback ball spotted on the 20-yard line to be Bearcat ball.
He's also the place kicker.
First and 10.
Look at that. He run some kind of fancy play for a two-pointer instead of kicking that ball.
All right, so first and 10 for the Bearcats at the 20, 6:49 to go in the first quarter, and the Bearcats lead 7-0. So early on, Troy, we saw the Bearcats really push that run up the middle. Stoner with two nice balls to the outside that the Bearcats were able to execute and score on. Let's see if Coach Stoner maybe starts to double on the outside there, where Lee, that big talented wide receiver, is. And it's an inside handoff, and oh boy, we are off to the races. Dragged down at about the 37 of Spring Grove. That is going to be about a 43-yard gain.
White, the ball
And that
carrier.
was White
Gets across
from
midfield into
William
Rocket
Penn. Boy,
territory.
I think that's his first carry of the game, and he is quick.
Junior Wareheim on the stop for the Rockets. Ball will be spotted about the 39-yard line.
So Jared Wareheim makes the
First down,
tackle, of course, older brother.
Bearcats.
Playing up at Shippensburg, maybe, I think, Adam. If he hasn't graduated by now. Boy, it's been a while. But the Bearcats are moving now. They're on the 39-yard line of Spring Grove after one play. And you can see the big playability of the Bearcats. Twice now we've seen huge plays. And that was something that the Washington Redskins and Tecmo Super Bowl might have pulled off. They had about 4 guys moving at one time. That is
False start against the
Washington
Bearcats.
football team. I apologize. Tecmo Super Bowl, they had a different name. Now it is
Yeah,
the Washington
5-yard
football
penalty
team. I'm
remains.
sure Mr. Ben Lewin would be
First down.
appreciative of that correction. I think he's a Washington football team fan. And so with the false start there, it is 1st and 15 for the Bearcats at the 44. No, Stoner with split backs in the shotgun. A lot of motion again by William Penn. And another inside handoff, and once again the Rockets all over that one.
Darian Osmond on the stop. Loss on the play ball spot on about the
Darian Osmond with the tackle
45-yard
there.
line.
So nice play there by
Brings up
the Rockets.
second down.
Looks like we've got about 2nd and 16 now for the Bearcats. And we have 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter, halfway through. And so Stoner in the shotgun, running back to the left.
Offensive players lined up all sides.
And ball is dropped, hit him right in the wickets, and that ball was dropped. No reason to drop
Pass
that
is
one.
incomplete.
And Troy, you said you looked like the offensive line might have been off.
John Ass Sims, the intended receiver, brings up third down.
How do you not call that? And the official standing right there.
Well, PIAA officials, we know, do their best. Week 2, no preseason. Troy gotta cut them a little slack. And once again, looks like they are right up on that line. And Stoner with the fake handoff and a quick screen to the left. Once again, some room, but a big stick and tackle by number 12, the quarterback of Spring Grove, Osman. And so now Russ Stoner is going to have a decision here, as he's going to have 4th down from about 35. Yeah, it looks like 37. High school football, probably not thinking about field goal, Troy. This is probably go for it territory.
He'll go for it. I don't see him punting for this. Not when they've been able to move the ball and throw it up as easily as what they have been.
All right, so Coach Stoner elects to go for it here early on in the first quarter, or early on in the game, a little more than halfway through the first quarter. 4th and 8 for the Bearcats. Stoner with a little bit of a low snap. Tosses deep. He really does throw a nice ball, but a little too far out of reach, and that is going to be a turnover on downs. Nice job by Rocket defender Miller, defensive back there on the right. And so Rocket ball now in some pretty good territory, Troy.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to hand it to Sam. It was a good
25, Drew Miller on the coverage for the Rockets.
Field on this side, and receiver's got to be able to get there. That should have been actually a good touchdown there, but receiver looked like he was a little late getting off the ball there or something.
Well, I got to tell you, you know what's scary? This kid, Sam Stoner, he does throw a good ball. He's pretty big. He's only a sophomore. With these athletes, Troy, junior, senior year,
Oh, definitely.
we might see an offense out of York High that maybe a little bit like what Bo Carubla's running there at Central York, real high octane.
Yeah, definitely. And it's really odd to have two lefties in one game. Don't see that very often in high school football.
Some confusion right now on the sideline. Not sure what's going on. Coach Sprinkle is pointing.
Flag down.
Coach Stoner can be heard out here. Coach Sprinkle's got his arms out. There's a lot of confusion right now as to what's going on. Delay of game called on the Rockets, and Coach Sprinkle is contesting. I'm not sure if the clock wasn't up or what the concern is here.
Penalty remains, first down.
But it is now 1st and 15 for the Rockets on the 32. And this looks like something the Army would have ran in the 1940s. What is this formation, Troy? Did you say King?
King, I think.
Zyree
Look that up. Anybody watching can look up what a shotgun wishbone formation is called. Please let us know. I've never seen that one. And so it's second and 10 now for the Rockets. So back to the original line of scrimmage, and 4:45 to go here in the first quarter. Bearcats lead the Rockets 7-0. And hey, right back to it. There's the snap, and a lot of lead blockers for Osman, and he runs into some trouble. Only gains maybe a yard. And
Late hitting going on there.
Osman, the ball carrier.
And so we're going to have 3rd and 9 now for Spring Grove from their own 39. Maybe their own 38. And Osman looks a little sore or tired.
Gain of 1 on the play brings up 3rd and 9.
All right, so Tyree Brooks now entering the contest. Offensive coordinator Matt Foltz gets the play in here, and
Watch the clock. You got to be able to watch that.
I think we got a timeout here from Spring Grove just to save that clock there. So yeah, real late getting the play, and Osman looked like he was a little slow to get up. A little slow getting back to the ball, and then there was the late substitution, and so Spring Grove has to use a timeout here. And so with 3:38 to go in the first quarter, it is 7-0 Bearcats, but the Rockets have the ball 3rd and 9 on their own 38.
Yeah, it's interesting. York who's bringing that 3 right in the middle there. 3 down linemen right in the head up over the center, and then 2 in, I don't know if they're in the guard or if they're in the 2. Not quite sure there. I haven't looked enough to see that.
And so if I remember correctly, I think we've only seen one pass attempt by Osman. It was that rollout to the left where he threw the ball away on the last 3rd and down. Not sure we've seen another pass play yet, Troy, but it's 3rd and 9, so conventional wisdom would say it's going to be a draw, maybe a screen, or a traditional pass play. Probably not going to see a typical run play here.
Who's to say? I mean, this team's got some really strong runners. I'm not sure what all Foltz has in his playbook here.
You know,
We haven't seen him throw the ball very consistently either. So
I did just notice, though, that the big offensive lineman Braxton is back in the game, and so that's a good sign. Rockets trips to the left, running back to the left, a single on the right. Running back Brooks goes out to the right, and Osman looking that way, throws it, and boy, it looked like maybe Brooks held up a little bit there. I thought he had an opportunity to make a splash play there. What happened there, Troy?
Yeah, I almost wonder if Zaire didn't see the ball, if he wasn't able to track it, because he was wide open. He broke away from the corner on that side. That was a good place ball for Osman. I mean, that's where I would have told him to throw it.
All right, so we have 4th down now. This is what we were talking about here. It's 4th down for the Rockets. The quarterback is their punter. Clock is running. Is that normal in high school football and incompletion, Troy? I can't remember.
I believe so. But rules changed. I have no idea.
All right, so the Rockets set up to punt with the quarterback, and he is going to kick it away. Another beautiful high end-over-end punt. It's going to bounce at the 19. Touched by a Bearcat, and can the Rockets bring him down? Oh, boy, this could be trouble. This could be big trouble for Spring Grove. And a little bit of space, and the Bearcats are able to take advantage.
There were some big hits down here. I don't know.
Marcellus John on the return for the Bearcats.
But the mouth guard went flying out.
Tackle just across midfield. Ball spot.
So that punt return, which was
line,
allowed to bounce about the 20,
1st and 10.
mishandled inside the 10, picked up and scooped at the 2, turned into all the way across the field, up and down to the Spring Grove 48, and that is what you would call a busted coverage play, Coach. All right, so once again, Spring Grove here gives the ball to the Bearcats in pretty favorable territory. Stoner in the gun. Backs on either side of him. A little bit of motion and a quick pass. And 1st down, Bearcats, as Stoner completes it to number 2.
Darian Osman on the stop for the Rockets.
Cheshire, running back for the Bearcats.
Pass is good enough for a 1st down, 1st and 10,
Cut to the
Bearcats.
inside. And you got to force it to the inside where your help is and stall that running back. You can't just try and make a move in the inside because he's going to be way too fast to break that out there.
I'll tell you, that's impressive hands, though, there by Johnny Cheshire. I mean, he was in motion. Sam took the ball. He threw it pretty quickly on a dart, and not necessarily easy to catch when you're running away from a ball like that, but he handled it well and made a nice gain out of it. Boy, we're seeing some explosion from both sides on the offense, Troy.
I agree. It would be nice if the Dorkai seems to be moving. They have their cylinders running, connecting on their passes. It would be nice to see Spring Grove complement that and be able to make this a really nice team the whole way through.
So 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. 2 minutes and 18 seconds here to go in the first quarter. A little bit of motion there on the left side of the line for the Bearcats. And maybe the split in there with the false start. And so they're going to back it up 5 yards. And the clock did stop now on the penalty. And so with 2:14 to go here in the first quarter, Bearcats lead the Rockets 7-0, and it's going to be, I believe, 1st and 15 for the Bearcats from the 41 once this ball gets moved. A little discussion here from the officials. Looked like a pretty clear flinch. Maybe just trying to make sure they get it right, and that is the call. False start. And Troy, we talked about the lack of an opportunity to gel as a team, and I'm assuming that false starts is something we're probably going to see a lot of early on this season from teams all across the league.
Yeah, I would imagine. It's a shame that they're going to cut the season shorter. I wonder what they're going to have as far as an end result then, as far as the teams that go on to the playoffs, and that's if they even have the playoffs and going in the States. How are they going to make that happen with games being shorter and not being able to play out of the league? It's a shame for these kids.
But they are getting to play. Fortunately, Maryland just voted that teams can start practicing on October 7th. They can't play until about the 27th. And another deep ball there by Stoner, and probably an ill-advised pass, honestly. Spring Grove was in pretty good position there, and I do think that if number 16 for Spring Grove, Chris Campbell, maybe he might have been able to make a play on that if he read that ball a little better. And so West York, or not West York, I apologize. That's where I'm from, and where Stoner's from, actually, too, Sam Stoner. That maybe an ill-advised decision on his part. So 2nd down and 15 now for the Bearcats, and we already know, Troy, they're probably in 4-down territory.
Yeah, I don't see Russ, taking this team and punting it at all within Rocket territory. Not when you have this kind of speed.
And so there's a breakaway running. Boy, some more broken tackles, a little shiftiness from White, and he's going to get knocked out at the 11. But that's a play that you can't allow to happen. You had the run contained, one little shift, and the whole defense gets caught off guard. And so once again, the explosion from York High
tackle out of bounds,
paying dividends.
Spot is good enough for
out of trouble, and
first
now
down.
First and 10 from the Spring Grove
11-yard line.
Yeah,
First and 10.
The Spring Grove defense walking a lot, getting back, a lot of spring in their steps. This is not looking good for them right early on. Hopefully something's able to change here to get them sparks and get that momentum back.
And once again, a run to White, and he's going to be brought down at about the 12-yard line, so a 1-yard loss. So another great play now.
White, the ball carrier.
And
Jonah Wareheim on the stop for the Rockets. No gain on the play.
Of the line for the Rockets is having a little more success on the right side right now, dealing with the run.
Yeah, they definitely seem to have their game plan down, and they've been watching a lot of film and breaking that down. But the left side here of the defense doesn't seem to gang tackle very well. They got to be able to hold and swarm to the ball.
All right, so 40 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 2nd and 10 for the Bearcats, and we have another whistle. Looks like it's going to be a
timeout. There's a timeout on me.
Timeout from the Bearcats. So 36.9 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 7-0 York High. 2nd and 10 on the 11. And scores from around the county, Troy. Dallastown leads Northeastern 8-7 in the first quarter with 3 minutes to go. And so that is the one Division I score I have. I'm looking for Central, of course. Bo Perublo, we all know, was a huge recruit, one of the bigger recruits in football in the area for a very long time. He is coming. He has committed to Penn State. However, he is only a junior, so he is a junior quarterback commit to Penn State. He's been offered by the likes of West Virginia, Nebraska, things of that nature. And of course, Central York beat Redline 55-0 last week, and so we are trying to get some more updates here as they come in. And so York High now back after the timeout. Stoner in the shotgun, back to his right, motion across his face again, goes, throws a nice ball out to the right to White, and just out of reach. And so White seems a little upset with himself. Looked like it would have been a pretty challenging catch, but we've got 3rd and 10 from the 11 now for York High.
Yeah, just a little bit of a touch ball in there.
3rd down.
But they're running on all cylinders right now. They have Spring Grove on their heels, which is exactly where they want them.
All right, so 3rd and 10 now. Stoner in their gun, fakes the handoff, quick pass out to the left. One shifty move, should not be enough to get in, but boy, there is some fight there, and tell me he got in. Touchdown, Bearcats, and we're watching the replay here.
Touchdown, Bearcats.
And so I'm watching the replay here in the booth, and looks like, yeah, great play action, and look at the fight, and just tough.
No stop there, just drive, not wanting to go down.
Tough play there by the Bearcats. That puts them up 13-0 with 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. And kick is up, and it is no good. A double post dinky dunk. No good. 13-0. And so the Rockets save a point there. So 13-0 with the dinky dunk. And the Bearcats will be kicking off one last time here to the Rockets, going left to right in the first quarter.
That may be the first time I've ever seen that. Hit the left up post and hit the crossbar and bounce back out.
Looking at scores from around the county, I've got another one here. It looks like, thought I had another one here. Maybe not. All right, so we've got York High getting ready to kick the ball off here from the 40 to Spring Grove. Once again, number 3. Stone is in the back there for Spring Grove, along with number 20, Zyree Brooks. And it's a short kick. Brooks fields it cleanly this time. Makes a shifty move and brought down at about the 33-yard line. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Rockets with 15 seconds to go in the first quarter on the snap.
Yeah, it looked like he had a good hold there in the center.
Ball spotted about the 32-yard line. It'll be rocket ball.
Yeah, it was there for a short time. Zyree made a good effort to get extra 10 yards, 12 yards there.
You should hear them coaches. Let's go, y'all. It's our boys right here. Let's go.
All right, so first and 10 here for the Rockets. Osman under center. Takes the ball out and run play here to Brooks, and that's going to end the first quarter as he doesn't get anything. Might even be stopped for a yard. And so at the end of the first, it is 13-0 Bearcats, but the good news is the Rockets do have the ball and are going to switch sides here.
Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11. That's the end of the first quarter. Teams will switch sides. We'll be back in just a moment. Score remains Bearcats 13, Rockets 0.
They just talk. They just talk. I know y'all ain't scared. Let's go.
Second quarter here, getting ready to begin. Spring Grove on the field, waiting for the officials. While we're here, just take an opportunity to talk about how great this opportunity is for us to Troy to come in. Of course, Steve Richards, who runs SG Live, along with his class, Meter Productions. Of course, thanks to Dr. Dietrich and Dr. Ioannidis. Chris Ank, Ben Louie, the whole group for allowing this and working for this to be put together so that we can provide for you an experience hopefully unmatched by any other local district. And so although we do have our restrictions and our limitations at this time, still know that the effort and the work's being put forth to provide the best presentation that you're going to be able to find around for local sports. And looks like, just like that, we're going to get a false start again here on the Rockets. And so a couple false starts, Troy. We've seen a delay of game. Types of things that you can't do when you're down 13-0 to start the second quarter against a pretty athletic and offensive team that scored 45 points last week and has 13 points already in the first quarter.
Yeah, and it's possible that I'm not sure if it's the guard or the tackle. I think it was the guard. But with the quarterback being under center, maybe it was just something that he's not used to hearing that sound right next to him, made him jump. But he's got to get that out of his system.
All right, so 2nd and 16 now for the Rockets. They did lose one at the end of the first quarter, if you remember. So 2nd and 11 in the 5-yard penalty for the false start. Osman in the shotgun. Takes it, quick inside handoff, and Brooks bounces it to the outside, breaks through one, and he's got some breakaway speed all the way down, fighting down to the 39-yard line of the Bearcats. First down, Rockets. And boy, Troy, you mentioned that it was a little mellow here. Plays like that can excite the entire sideline, entire offense.
Yep, and Zyree, great job hitting that hole. Didn't hold back, hit the hole fast. Hey, got to give a lot of props to Brian Campbell, who's worked with them in the track team, getting them guys to be able to hit that and just take off. I've seen both him and his brother Tyree, their speed increase drastically.
Yeah, a couple of nice broken tackles there too. So now we have first down and 10 for the Rockets from the 39. Osman coming up, communicates something. Shotgun, takes a snap. Keeper, nice play, I like that. That looked like it might have been a quarterback draw. Osman bounce out to the outside, plows through a defender down to the 15-yard line, and that looked to me like a design keeper. Waited a second, maybe a pump fake, and took off, Troy.
I have to watch it in the replay to see what happens. I couldn't tell if it was live receivers or not. Yeah, it looks like there was a live receivers, but it was a good call for Osman. Great cut there in the middle of the field.
Osmond did communicate to that up back. I wonder if he saw something, and that's what he was communicating, Coach. All right, so Osmond under center. Now you can see the pep in the Rockets. The stands are starting to bang a little bit. Pitch to the outside. Here comes Brooks. Run to the outside, force to the outside, but a nice little gain there. And maybe about to pick up a 3 here for the Rockets. So 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line. And just like that would look like dark times. Now we're seeing a lot of hope here for the Rockets.
Yeah, it always makes it a better energy. When the energy picks up, the offensive line tends to move a little bit quicker, get into their blocks. It's huge. When you get that big gain, man, what a change in there. Off their heels, onto the palms of their feet, moving.
All right, so 2nd and 7 here for the Rockets from the 22-yard line. 10 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Osmond in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers in motion. And tell me what happened here. Looked like the back judge and the forward judge.
Delay a game against the Rockets.
Delay a game. Runs as the clock's hit 0, and the Rockets have got to get these plays in quicker, Coach.
Remains 2nd down.
Another delay a game for these guys. So it's going to be 2nd and 12 now for the Rockets from the 27. And so I just saw, that might be Coach Fultz on the sideline moving his hand like, let's go, guys, let's go, guys. And 15 seconds down on the clock already. And so Spring Grove's going to be at about 8 seconds, 7, 6. Osmond with the motion again. Looks like it's probably the same play. Snaps it with 2. And he's got no room to run, but makes a smart pass to number 24. And that's a nice catch there.
Number 24, Darian Osmond.
By Darian Osmond.
That was a good confidence builder for the young quarterback. He needed to get that first one in his holster and then start moving. I liked the fact that his eyes are always downfield, and he moved up through the pocket and kept his eyes looking at the receivers. Good job there.
And so it's 3rd and 1. Now we got Brooks back there, and I know you're a Dolphins fan. We're going to have a little Larry Zonka moment here, Coach. We're just going to bust it right up the middle here, run it hard.
I doubt it.
Osmond sneaks forward. Looks like he's got it. I was going to ask you, do we have a Zonka on the play?
No, we do not have a Zonka on the
Quarterback sneak gets across the 50.
We used Eric Glass. He was a little bit of a Larry Zonka a couple of years ago. He used to have that ability, put his head down and just run through a wall for you.
Yeah, right now we have the speedsters. So now Tyree would probably do that though. He's definitely one to put his shoulder down and drive.
All right, so 1st 10 for the Rocks from the 14, 8:50 to go. They had their play ready to go. Osmond under center again. And nice handoff there to Zaire, and he gets dragged down by the arm. Boy, that's a shame. He had a nice lead block there, and Bearcat defender able to just grab that arm and hold him down. It looks like, Coach, that the Bearcats might have 3 guys lining up right over the front of them, right over the ball, really. Really pushing the Rockets to run to the outside, it looks like.
Yeah, I'd mentioned that a little earlier, like the 2 defensive tackles, they're either playing in a 2-tech, can't quite tell, but they're very tight together in that center.
2nd and 10 for the Rockets, 14-yard line here, so they do have an opportunity to get a first down without scoring a touchdown. Osmond in the shotgun. Once again, motion, this time from left to right, takes it, and Osmond is running. A nice stiff arm. He is shifty and out of bounds here. Looks like it's going to be about 3rd and 2 for the Rockets, as Osmond with a great job there. And you heard it,
the ball carrier.
Coach. The Bearcat sideline yelled pass, and I don't think that was ever Osmond's intention.
No, but I did see his eyes were down.
Gets to about the 7-yard line, brings up 3rd and 3.
Watching the replay here. Yeah, it was quick. I think it was for him to just take off and run with it.
That was a real nice stiff arm that he put down there. So 3rd and 3 here. Osmond with Brooks in the backfield to his right. 3 wide receivers to the right. Quick handoff. Brooks takes it, and we're going to have to see here.
But it's going to be really close.
Looks like the FAR officials measuring him just short. Looks like he's got him at about the 5 and 4's the yard line to gain.
4th and 1.
4th and 1, 13 to 3. You got a pretty good kicker, but kind of nice to back them up. You haven't had this opportunity. Going for it here, Coach?
I would think they would have to at this early time in the game down here. I mean, why not? Drive hard. Let it out there in the field. Good as Tyree for crying out loud. Let it pound it through there.
Hey, here's that king formation you were talking about earlier. And looked like a little early movement from the Rockets. Got away with it. Brooks goes in and stopped down at the 1, but that is enough for a first down, Rockets. First and goal from the 1.
That's good enough for another Rocket. First down. It'll be first and goal.
We only have not that many fans here. You know, Spring Grove's adhering to the 250 guidelines by the CDC, but they are making some noise. They are excited. And first and goal from the 1 in the king formation again. Take that snap, and Osmond, there's a flag in. Now he's in. The flag came from the end zone.
Osmond crosses the goal line, but there's a flag down on the play.
That would be a real costly penalty on a 1-yard line on a first and goal to get a hold. What is that?
Block,
that's a chop block.
Illegal block against the Rockets.
So they bend down and touch their knees with both hands on the chop block? Is that the signal?
I believe so.
That's what it looked like. I didn't know that one. That's a big call. Wow, that's going to back the Rockets up. That is a chop block. And you can't have that first and goal from the 1, Coach. You can't have a penalty like that. That's a 15-yard penalty.
Ball will be spotted on the 16-yard line.
Wow. This makes it a lot different now with going to 4th down. They're going to have to
first and goal, Rockets.
chip it in to get to 3 points then.
Well, it's first and goal from the 16 now. So once again, Spring Grove in that king formation, if that is what it's called. We still have no verification on that. Osmond looking to keep and throw. Nice pass, nice pitch and catch. Touchdown, Rockets! And that is a great catch by number 80, Cole McCrory.
6 on the board for the Rockets.
And so touchdown, Osmond McCrory. That's the first touchdown pass of the year for the Rockets.
Yeah, and I think Osmond gets really lucky here because that linebacker just misses it. And fortunately, he's got
Shot
enough on the ball
Rockets.
to get it over top of
for
him
the extra point.
to the receiver.
And so now, you know, little psychology here, Coach. In the Rockets' mind, in the back of their mind, they've kind of scored 2 touchdowns now. One from the 1, which got called back, but then a nice passing touchdown. So they are popping. They are feeling great. You know,
Momentum shift.
and it'll be nice to see if this offense now can get this defense pumped up and going. And so the Rockets are going to need a nice kickoff here and some good coverage, which has been a bit of a problem so far on the kick coverage. And
they got to stay in their lanes. You can't break down and go for that. They're a deep running back or whoever's in the receiver there. That kid got some moves. You're going to have to make sure you stay in your lanes and stay true to what you're supposed to do in your assignment.
all right, so 5:51 to go here in the first half. Rockets trail 7-13, but coming off of a nice touchdown pass by Osmond, first of the year, and he is going to be kicking off here from the 40. So 13-7, Bearcats lead by 6, and they will be receiving the kickoff here. And there's the boot. A little lower. Nice end over end. They'll field it at the 3.
Yeah, the big hole in the middle there. Well, they got to close that up.
And it's going to be Bearcat ball at about the 34. That's a nice return by White, the running back, whose name we have called a lot today. He is the second option at running back for the Bearcats, but we've seen he is shifty and he is quick. So first and 10 for the Bearcats at the 34. They hold a 13-7 lead. A little bit of cloth there, Troy. A little bit of laundry on the far sideline. And I would assume that's going to be backing this up. Now, the flag is right by where the plate ended.
Is that going to be a block in the back?
And the face mask against the Rockets. Oh,
looks like it's a face mask call against the Rockets.
So I'm not counting. Man, that's the spring growth. You know, you can't argue delay of game calls. You can't argue false start calls. Face mask calls even are pretty obvious. And so right now the penalties are just crushing Spring Grove. They are They are
It's
really
a
hurting.
5-yard face mask penalty
Here
call.
again, this is where that conditioning comes in, and being able to play those games where you want to get these jitters out of your system. When you come to playing a team, it's going to come to play in your field.
So only a 5-yard penalty here, and so Bearcat ball is 13-7 Bearcats. I apologize if I misspoke earlier. And little nifty fake handoff.
Defensive play right there.
And boy, yeah, Springfield wasn't fooled at that at
White,
all.
the ball carrier, Drew Miller on the stop for the Rockets.
Nice play there by
That's
Drew
a loss
Miller.
of 1.
So it's going to be second and 11 now for the Bearcats from the 39-yard line. We've got 5 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the first half, and so Spring Grove would like to get, they're running the ball a lot, Troy. They'd like to get a stop here and have an opportunity to move the ball down the field through that run game that they've been using.
Yeah, it was interesting. They ran the fake to the jet and came back with a counter basically across the line.
And so Stoner hands the ball off quickly, and once again, White nowhere to go. And who is that? Number 24 for the Rockets. Darian Osmond just held on and would not let go. What a great play. We've been calling his name a lot.
Forward progress gives him a gain of about.
But did you notice the momentum change here? The defense seems to have picked up after that score. Darian Osmond, man, he's been tearing it up in that linebacker. So I've seen him on both sides of the field.
Yeah, he's looked really nice. So 39. There's a big third down play here, Troy. 39 for the Bearcats. Rockets pressing here on the near side. Fake handoff. Stoner wants to get rid of it. He does get hit. Throws it up, but no chance in the double coverage. And number 14, Rasheem Lee, who's had a big day, not able to get that one in the double coverage. And so now it is going to be fourth down, and Sam Stoner is coming off the field. So it does look like Coach is going to have.
I believe pressure comes from Tyree on the outside and gets his hands up. I think that makes him throw it, higher, releasing early.
And boy, I'll tell you, Lee was double teamed and he almost beat it. He is quite the athlete. I got to see him here. He is a senior, 6'4" senior. He's really talented. So Bearcats back to punt, and really wobbly punt hits a Bearcat player, and so. Is that ball down where the Bearcats were covered, or where they first touch it? Where they first touch it, right? Where it gets kicked in the back?
About the 32-yard line. The Rocket ball, 1st and 10.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. Rockets with 4:06 to go. 4:06. That's my old address. 4:06 to go here on the 30-yard line. Rockets trail 13-7.
1st and 10.
And so I'm assuming we're going to see more. I don't want to call it ground and pound, but more run first, right, Troy?
Yeah, and you notice that the defense of William Penn now in York is spread open.
And so right off the bat, another inside handoff, and Brooks gets stuffed right away. Wow, great job there by the Bearcats to not allow the Rocket offensive line to get that push. And so Zaire not able to get anywhere.
Gets about 1 on the play, brings up 2nd and 9.
They're calling it 2nd and 9. That might be a little generous here. But
yeah, he looked like he got stood straight up as soon as he got to the line.
Let's see here. You and I do have the benefit of the replay, and yeah, I think maybe. And so 2nd and 9 here. Rockets, Zaire in the pistol. White towel was just dropped. I don't know what that symbolizes by the official. Little option. Osmond tosses it off, and Brooks all the way up to the 40-yard line. Now, there is some yellow laundry on the field, so this is probably coming back. But as it stands right now, it's a first down.
But there's a flag down on the field.
Yeah, hopefully we can see it here on the replay.
Boy, not much there.
Doesn't seem much there.
He is down.
A hold. I didn't see it. It might have been early on, but I didn't see it.
He did look short though, and so they are going to be backing it up, and so it is going to be placed at the 18-yard line.
Holding gets the Rockets.
23-yard line.
It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
Boy, that's brutal.
Yeah, that's a momentum killer right there.
Brings up a
Another
long
penalty now.
second
Now
down.
the the Rockets did come back from that last penalty and managed to score a touchdown, so we'll see what happens here. But it's 2nd and 17 now from the 23. Osman in the gun. He's got 2 backs with him, kind of in the power I. And a quick flip out, and Brooks nowhere to go. And right now it does not appear as if the Bearcats are expecting pass at all. They are really
Zyree Brooks, the ball carrier,
charging for against the run here. And so that run unsuccessful with 3 minutes to go here. 3rd down and 15
3rd and long for the
Rockets.
Yeah, you got to wonder if they go for a long toss right here, or 3rd and 15, or like a draw type of a play.
Yeah, I was going to say, Troy, they've had some success with those draws, and one time it looked like they had that draw pass option that they scored the touchdown on, so maybe we'll see something of that nature. Osman in the gun, rolls out to the left, and he's going to get brought down from behind. Wow, great play there by the Bearcats, trying to get that number. That was a wonderful play.
Yeah, it looked like the right side of the line
25.
lost their assignment.
Looks like it was Stephen Roland Washington with the sack from behind. So great play by him. And now 2 minutes, 12 seconds to go here in the second quarter. 4th down for the Rockets. They are going to be punting the ball away, and I'm assuming they're going to let this clock run.
He came unabated.
And they snap it with a decent amount of time left on the play clock. Another bounce. And the Rockets just let this sit until the refs stop it, but they do pick it up at the 35.
Osman's punt takes a rocket bounce. Ball's down on about the 36-yard line.
36-yard line.
Bearcat ball with 1:51 to go.
1:51 to go here in the first half. Bearcats lead 13-7. All right, so 1:51 to go. Coach Stoner, he is aggressive. I would assume, Troy, that he's not going to be content here. He's going to want to score. He does have 3 timeouts left, right? Or no, they did use, I think he has 3. No, he did use 1 timeout. So he has 2 timeouts to go. And Sam is in the shotgun, and looks like a halfback option pass. Boy, that's a beautiful ball. It completely fooled Springgrove, and that is a touchdown. Wow. Boy, completely caught off guard here. We're going to watch the replay here. Stoner in the gun. He's going to toss this out to, who is that?
Corner should have never left up on his assignment. Should have stayed with him.
That beautiful
Safety
pass.
bit on it too, so he was wide open.
And so big score there by York High, and not what Springgrove was looking for here to end the first half. And so 19-7 for the Bearcats.
Timeout.
Hey, was that running back a lefty as well?
Yeah, that was a left-handed toss. That was a toss to the left and a left-handed throw. And so 19-7 Bearcats. We do have a timeout. They might be considering going for 2 here. But the good news is Springgrove will get the ball back with enough time to make something happen. Again, the clock stops on first downs, stops when you get out of bounds. And so Springgrove will have an opportunity to get some points back here. And York High, it looks like, is setting up for 2, which being up 19-7. Russ is trying to get that 2-touchdown lead. And so Russ with the running back to his right, or not with Russ, Sam, looks right the whole way, just missed, and left completely wide open is Jaquan Jones for the touchdown.
Is good.
Or for the 2-point conversion.
1:40 to go.
It's a nice toss by Sam, right over top of the defender, right into the arms. It was a good pitch and catch.
Hey, that was a nice pitch and catch, but it was the second best pass of the drive. That pass by that running back, boy, that was phenomenal. And so 21-7 Bearcats here with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go in the first half. And that momentum that Springgrove had was lost almost immediately. And now the Rockets are going to have to dig deep here and get something positive going into halftime, right? So
I wouldn't be surprised if the York High puts this on the ground and doesn't pop it up, tries to keep it on ground control. Don't give Zaire a chance to run it back. See what happens.
All right, so we got people texting in from Connecticut, from Maryland, from over the county. They're loving what they're seeing right here. Just great production, but also just a great action here. And what a play by York High. And so Brooks picks it up at the 20. A little confusion by York High, and he's able to bring it down to 38. I think York High thought maybe the ball crossed the goal line, but Brooks picked it up right beforehand, returned it to about the 38.
I think Zaire thought it was going to go into the end zone as well. He stood there and waited for it and just stopped on the 1. He picks it up and takes off with his little burners.
36-yard line.
Nice little hole on the outside on the close to the Spring Grove sideline here.
And so they're marking us at the 37. I'm thinking that's an unfavorable spot, but only by a yard or two. And so no first down in hand, not that significant right now. But 1 minute and 32 seconds to go. Spring Grove breaks out of the huddle. 20 seconds to go on the game clock, or on the play clock, I should say. Down 14. Osman in the gun. Brooks to his left. 4 wide. Takes it and throws past maybe a little out of reach there for number 10.
Osman's pass intended for Wareheim.
Logan. Oh, yeah. Jonah Wareheim. Adam graduated. Jonah. And boy,
Wareheim brothers mixed up.
I saw Jonah. He's a big boy.
He definitely should be able to catch the ball. I've seen him play over the years, and he can definitely take a hit.
All right, so 2nd and 10 now for the Rockets. 1 minute and 27 seconds to go here in the first half. Empty backfield. Osman with the draw, and it looks to me there's a flag on the line. But I think, Troy, let's check the replay. It looked to me like the middle linebacker here is spying Osman. Let's take a look here at the replay. Let's see if we pick that up. As Spring Grove will be moving backwards, it looks like.
Holding against the Rockets.
You can't see it on the replay, but I think number 13 there was spying him. We'll have to pay attention to that later on. And now Rockets are moving back another 10 yards.
2nd down and 20.
I'll hand it to the Osman kid. He steps up in the pocket when he throws the ball. I mean, it's got to be a pitch and catch. That receiver needs to go get it. Can't be just sticking out one arm and, it's got to be made. When you have a clear zone like that you can open up the middle of the field. Hey, take that catch, and you're going to get hit. Pull it in quick, lower your shoulder.
2nd and 20 for the Rockets. Osman the gun again, Brooks to his left. 4 wide receivers. 1 minute to go. Motion across front, and another penalty. Another false start on the Rockets.
False start penalty against the Rockets.
It's going to be 2nd and 25 now with 57 seconds to go. And Troy, I don't know, but you're getting deep. You don't want Russ to get ideas. I'm wondering now if maybe you don't just run a draw play or two and hope that the half ends.
I wouldn't even be surprised if York brings the house here. I mean, why not?
And so the clock is running now that the ball is spotted. Got about 40 seconds to go here in the first half. York High leads by 14.
And they're stacked in the center, bringing 4 right up the middle.
Well, they dropped a bunch. Osman rolls out, had a wide open wide receiver, number 24, but hit the ground in front of him, Darian Osman.
May have been a little psychological on the quarterback, though, seeing that pressure, trying to get rid of the ball too quick.
Now you got 3rd and 25. Coach Stoner has a timeout left. There's 32 seconds left.
32 seconds to go.
He gets a stop here, calls a timeout, load that box, try to block a punt. Crazier things have certainly happened in high school football.
32 seconds is a lot of time left.
Especially with this offense. I mean, they scored in that last play on one play with the halfback option. So 3rd and 25, the King formation, as Coach Smith calls it. Quick handoff there to Brooks on the inside. See if he stays in. He got hit hard. And he goes down. And it looks like Coach Stoner is going to allow...
Brooks, the ball carrier.
Clock does stop. So Coach Stoner did get that timeout in with 22 seconds to go, and he's going to force Spring Grove to test those special teams of York High, and why not? York High's done a great job returning punts. They've done a great job returning kicks, And they also have big play offense. So,
Punting
hey,
situation
if
for
I can
the
get it to
Rockets.
28-7, why not? Very low risk here for York High and potential low risk, high reward here situation for them.
I agree. And I think York High with that big, celebration after the hit on Tyree. Tyree, he gets in the open field. He's going to be hard to catch. Kid runs a 10.7 100. Another prop out to Brian Campbell, who's been working with him. I've seen that kid go from pretty decent to wow explosion. And another hard hitter. He will lower his shoulder and go for that extra yard or two, 5, whatever it takes. He is not one to back down ever.
All right, so it is 4th and a mile for the Rockets, 4th and 22. They're certainly punting with Osmond. I can't imagine they'd even consider faking this. And 22 seconds left to go. And a flag is whistled. I have not seen any kind of signal.
I don't even think they whistled to play in.
That might have been what it was. And so York High is up on the line. There's the punt by Osmond. It is high.
Shorter punt.
And
Bouncing back towards Spring Grove.
boy, that's 12 seconds to go on the clock, and it's on the 47, 48-yard line of Spring Grove. We've seen Stoner throw the ball. He has this throw in him.
47-yard line.
He might not be able to get 47 yards in the air, but he's going to be able to get closer. We've seen the ability of the Bearcats to break tackles and go up and get it. I'm assuming Stoner's going to throw something deep here, and if I were him, I'd be targeting Rasheem Lee here, number 14 here on the outside. So
He's got at least 2 plays with that timeout.
well, they did use their last timeout.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. York High does not have a
And he's
timeout.
gotta
Remember,
go to
they
the
first
outside,
had punts
make sure
up.
he steps out of bounds.
So let's see. Here's Lee on the left side. Stoner's a lefty, so I would assume here we're going to get a little rollout left. Backs White's on the left side. Stoner takes a snap. He is looking right or across the middle, almost picked. 6.7 seconds to go. Not really sure where he was going with that one, but
Pass is incomplete.
6.7 seconds to go here in the first half, so York High still has one more shot at it.
Brings up 2nd down.
Even the Grasshoppers are taking in the view tonight. Look at that. We got Grasshopper on top of Steve Richards' camera, looking good. And so here we go now. What is most likely the last play of the half. Sam Stoner in the gun, and it is a handoff, and that's going nowhere. And so Russ Stoner
That's
says,
Jake
you know
DeLauder.
what?
Yep, Jake DeLauder on the tackle.
Jake DeLauder on
Coach
the
Stoner
stop
says,
for
you
the
know what? We're up
Rockets.
14, 6 seconds to go. No reason to
Lost
try
the play at the
something.
end of the first
Son
half.
almost threw a pick in the middle of the field on the play before.
Rockets 7.
We'll end the half on that. So at the end of the first half, the score is the York High Bearcats 21, the Spring Grove Rockets 7. And so far, Troy, the story of the game has been the York High Bearcats big play offense.
Oh, by far, they have some speed on that outside. Sam's been throwing the ball really nice. Been putting the ball at the place where only the receiver for York High can get it. Going against some short corners on this side. Chris Campbell's not too short. He definitely has the speed to stay up with the receiver. Interesting to see what they do in the second half if they just don't open up the run game and just let them start running downhill. Line's been doing a really good job of blocking. For Spring Grove, they need to just get back off of their heels a little bit. They got that little spark from the touchdown. It seemed like they flattened out as soon as they got into penalty trouble. Couldn't seem to get out of that hole. I could see the frustration in Zaire on the field. Can't have that. You need to be able to pick that team up. Coach needs to, calm them back down, get them focused, and get them moving forward.
So looking in at scores from around the county, trying to find out some different matches, some different scores right now. It does look like Red Lion is beating Southwest 14-7, which you would expect. Southwest has barely been able to practice. I think this is their first week practicing all year. Due to, at least since they were shut down a couple weeks ago. And so Red Lion leads 14-7, trying to get some scores from across Division I as well. Here we have Northeastern is at Dallastown and Central York is at Dover. So I hope to find those scores for you here soon. Game overall has been pretty entertaining. We've seen the high power offense of both sides. You can see that the two teams are in the end zones. They're not using the locker rooms, due to COVID, and they're trying to be cautious of that. So I'll try to get some scores for you. We've got 13 minutes and 20 seconds to go here in halftime. Troy Smith and I will be back about 5 minutes before the half starts. So see you all here in a couple of minutes. All right, welcome back, everybody. And so we have 4 minutes and 43 seconds to go until the second half begins. And it is currently 21-7, York High. So William Penn, or York High, leads Spring Grove by 14. Around the county, I have Dallastown currently leading Northeastern 16-13 in the first half. So that is a very close and tight game. Once again, Dallastown 16, Northeastern 13 in the first half. Red Lion up 14-7 against Southwest, as we shared, and I am looking for a Central York Dover score. I have not been able to find it yet. If it's anything like last week, though, where Dover lost 45-7 to William Penn and York High beat Red Lion 55-0, it's probably or possibly not very competitive. Yeah, that Central team is really strong. I know that their senior class is super strong. Karubla, as we mentioned, is a junior. He's going to lose a lot this year around him, but this year that Central team is very, very strong. Gettysburg currently leads Susquehannock down in Division II, 23-10. Other schools around the county. DeLone Catholic leading DeLone Catholic leading the Littlestown Bolts 10-0. I think I saw Littlestown lost last week, and Troy, that's going to be a rare company for them. They're not used to being down in the standings, other than 2 games down. New Oxford is beating Eastern York 20-7. It'll be interesting to see what Eastern York's doing. I know they had some relaxed approach regarding the CDC guidelines was reported by the York Daily Record, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays out and what that looks like around the rest of the county moving forward. And so those are the scores I have at the moment here. Here as I'm the York Adams Twitter feed, YA scores. So 3 minutes to go left here before halftime, and the story so far has certainly been the explosive offense of York High and the Rockets really shooting themselves in the foot. Lots of penalties, Troy. It's been false starts, it's been holds, it's been face masks, it's been delay of games. And on the other side, William Penn really playing a crisp game so far. Yeah, penalties are really destroying the Spring Grove right now. I could see the frustration in Zyree out there when they were down the scoreboard end of the field and just kept backing up and backing up. You can't have that happen. And simple errors, just going to keep your mind in the game, stay focused on that play, calm themselves down, and fire off the ball. And I know we did say, Coach, that they are a young team. They're a rather experienced young team, as a lot of these juniors did get significant playing time as sophomores, but they are juniors. This is week 2. They did miss all of their OTAs or all of their workout camps and their team training, and all that delayed and cut out shortly, so all that factors in. But at the end of the day, you got 4 quarters, and you've got to be darn near perfect in those areas in regards to penalties for 4 quarters if you're going to compete with this offense that William Penn has on display. Yeah, and the fast defense that William Penn has too. I mean, you cannot be giving them the quick 5 yards penalties and allowing your team to get backing up while the defense is on their palms and coming firing at it on all cylinders. And then they're stacking the center, rattling the young quarterback, and he knows how to get under his belt. You can tell that when, especially down there on 3rd down, they looked like they were going to bring the house, and Osmond threw it into the dirt. Got to be able to plant your feet, dig it in, give that quarterback just a little bit of time. He's going to find some stuff. He just needs to mature just a little bit more. And so we have a minute to go here. Spring Grove should be receiving the kickoff. If I remember correctly, Coach, I do believe that Spring Grove kicked off first. So, that's really good. It does though, accentuate how important that last possession in that first half could have been for Spring Grove, because if they could have gone in the locker room 21-14, now your halftime speech is a lot different than going in 21-7, is it not? Right, and not only that, but the last time York kicked off, it bounced and stopped on the 1. Zyree took it up the right side of the field on the Spring Grove side. About 33, 34 yards? Pretty much on his own. Kid's got some wheels. Let's block for this kid and let's see what happens. We need to get that energy back on the Spring Grove side.
get them back on the palms of their feet, start digging in and start driving. We need to get this running game going, and I see Osmond sitting in the pocket, moving up to make that throw. It could be a very exciting game if you just give him a little bit of time. His receivers find the opening gap. He's looking downfield. His eyes are always downfield. The young quarterback is developing well. Let him connect, get a couple of those. I think we'll have a different team here in the second half.
You know, and I do recall earlier in the first half we had a play where Zyree Brooks was in motion out of the backfield, and he almost ran kind of like a wheel route, and Osmond just missed him. Might have been Brooks kind of lost it a little bit. But there was big play opportunity there that I'd love to see Spring Grove try to stretch out that field again and use Zyree in some more different ways than just the inside handoff or the outside pitch.
I agree. Zyree is one offensive weapon that's really not reciprocated in too many other teams. Now, York's got plenty of weapons. But Zyree, he's an all-around back. He has that ability to stop, plant his feet, snap the ankles of the defense, and just turn upfield and go. That pass that you were alluding to about him just missing, it looked like he just couldn't see it. He couldn't locate it. Here's the kickoff here, and that's heading into the end zone. But Zyree, I agree. If he would have caught that ball, he was already breaking away from the defense. That was a touchdown all the way.
All right, so it's going to be Spring Grove ball here on the 20. We appreciate so much you guys tuning in and watching. We've been up to over 495 viewers already today. Love for you guys to spread the word out. Tell your friends, tell your family, check it out. This experience, no, we're not sitting here in the stands able to watch it live, but boy, we can watch it live presentation of television like quality at home. Pretty awesome. So get the word out here as the Rockets start the ball out here. They got trips on the left here, and Osmond in the gun, Brooks to the right, and an inside handoff, and sniffed out right away by York High. And it kind of seems over the last couple possessions, Coach, that York High is really committed to stopping that run, and Spring Grove's going to have to do something to change their minds.
Yeah, and York High's front line's giving them multiple looks here. Good change-up, keeping that offensive line on the gas as to where they're supposed to block. And each play, it's going to be something different.
And so Spring Grove now looks like they're in the pistol here. Nope, as Brooks moves up now to the left. Osmond is going to take it himself and run, and a nice little run there. And so he's going to make it third and manageable here. It's going to be 3rd and 4 here for the Rockets from the 26. And
Osmond, the ball carrier.
There's a nice little hole in the left-hand side here. But then again, York didn't have their 3 guys stacked in center again.
3rd and 3.
The 3 were spread out wide across the offensive line. Allowing that offensive line for the Rockets to give that hole. Nice job with Osmond. No hesitation, just taking off.
Yeah, and better than I thought, 3rd and 3. Now, I'd like to see it maybe in that king formation. They've ran well out of that in this situation, but they're going to go split backs here in the shotgun. 2 to the left, receivers, 1 to the right. Osmond takes it. Quick pitch, and there is number 9, Tyree Brooks, and first down, Rockets get the second half started the right way. And so Tyree there with the first down. He and his brother, juniors, what a 1-2 punch.
Yeah, and on that play, there's a big difference between Tyree and Zyree. Zyree will play in his foot and avoid for the most part. He will lower his shoulder, but Tyree's not afraid of contact. He likes to hit people and just mow them over.
He likes boxing in the inside,
He does.
All right, here we go now, Osmond. Under center, hands it off to Tyree. He runs into some real trouble, and boy, York High brings back. But there are some flags deep, and 3 flags thrown. We might have a late hit. Now, Tyree better be careful, though, because he was just showing the flag symbol to the York Bearcat and talking trash.
Flag down.
But there are 3 flags down, and the 2 Rockets up by the 35-yard line made it seem like flags were going to be on the Bearcats, and then the personal foul potentially behind the play. So we've not seen a lot of laundry here in terms of on-field play for the Bearcats, but we might hear.
Looks like there are multiple penalties on the flag.
All right, so we're getting the call here from the officials. Does look like the Rockets are going to be moving up. And Zebra's here talking it over. We've got a personal foul face mask on the defense. We've got a personal foul on the defense, but they didn't give us symbols to what it was. So 2 personal fouls. That's going to be 30 yards.
Personal foul
I
calls
think.
against the Bearcats.
Is that right? Will it be 30 yards, or will they just do 15?
No, I think it's only one. They'll only do the one. I don't think it's a stack.
Not a stack.
I think they can only accept the one.
Okay. So either way, though, it's first down for the Rockets here on the 48.
Maybe I could be wrong.
Oh, you are wrong.
It's a personal foul.
And so, NCAA football rulebook up here. So, 2 personal fouls, 30 yards in penalties. So here we had just said the Bearcats who have not really been penalized all game, not because the officials are doing a bad job, because the Bearcats have been so disciplined now, pick up 30 yards of penalties in one play, and that is going to be enormous for the Rockets here, as they are now on the 37-yard line.
And you had talked about the momentum switching.
There is a flag still down in the Rocket backfield.
You know, we've been talking about the penalties in the end of the first half with the Rockets, which just demoralized the team. Here's a big change in momentum. Let's see what the Rockets do with it.
All right, so, the Rockets are a 5A team. William Penn is down to 5A now, so Class 5A football has been great in Pennsylvania over the last couple of years.
Looks like the officials are out of practice, too, leaving their laundry on the field.
A little bit. You mentioned earlier we're not quite sure what's going to happen with the playoff system, but one thing we can probably be sure of, Troy, is if there is a state playoff, Archbishop Wood's probably going to find themselves in the Final 2 or the Final 4 for 5A, and St. Joe's Prep probably in the finals for the 6A. What's that team? Southern Columbia out there in AA. They'll probably be in the state game down there. So it'll be fun to watch, but seems like right now the end results in Pennsylvania State football has been pretty predictable the last couple of years for a lot of the different divisions.
Spring Grove's still with Bishop McDevitt, the same division. I think they might be. They
You mean
last
district in the same district? I'm not sure.
year. As far as the AAA.
I'm not sure where Bishop McDevitt is in that regard. All right, so looks like now we're getting things organized. 10:18 to go here in the third quarter. 7-21. The Bearcats do hold a 14-point lead, but Spring Grove is driving here on this first drive of the second half, much because of 2 personal foul penalties by the Bearcats. And so the play clock is not running yet, so the officials still have not been set.
Yeah, it looks like he was over talking to the York High bench. I'm not sure what all was going on. They haven't even whistled the play in yet.
Still waiting here. Spring Grove is ready to go. And okay, here we go. So first down for the Rockets from the 38-yard line. Osmond in the familiar gun. Brooks to his right. And there's the handoff. And nice hole, but that gap is closed quickly by number 35 for the York Bearcats.
Solid one-on-one tackle.
Get about 5 or 6 on the play.
Marcellus John, he's a senior. Great form tackle there.
Oh my gosh,
2nd and
yeah.
5.
Right across the midsection there.
But a
He
great-
lowered his shoulder, wrapped his arms, drove him to the ground. Stopped him right there in mid-stride.
But great
Really
pickup,
nice
though.
hit.
5-yard play, though, for Brooks. And so the Rockets, 2nd and 5. Once again, Zaire to the left. Osmond in the gun. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Takes it. Another handoff to Zaire and picks up about 3 here. So I think it's going to be 3rd and 2, maybe 3rd and 3 for the Rockets. Troy, you keep mentioning
Brooks the ball
that
carrier.
you like seeing Tyree
Picks up about
pounding
3 on
forward,
the play,
pounding
brings up
forward.
3rd and 2.
Wonder if we're going to see him here now, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, it's a strong possibility. He is in the game right now.
He and his brother, so we got split backs here behind Osmond, who's under center. A little bit of a gap in the center. He might be able to take this himself. He does not. He hands it off to Zaire, and Zaire is going to be stopped short of the line to gain.
Zaire Brooks, the ball carrier. Looks like he stopped just short.
I think it's going to be
of
about a
marker.
yard short, and I think, again, they've had a lot of success with
About
that
a
King
yard short,
formula.
brings up a 4th and 1 situation
Tough to stop a young
for the Rockets.
1-yard pickup when you got 4 guys in the backfield, 3 blockers. So
I agree.
I'd like to see that.
Surprised that they use Osmond on the quarterback sneak here.
York High is really in almost a goal line stand. They've got everybody on the line but 2 or 3 guys. They do use the
He does
sneak.
get the push.
Gets the push. That's going to be that is not.
Osmond
Yes.
on the
Definitely
quarterback
enough for the
sneak.
first
That's
down.
going to be just enough for the first down. First down, Rockets.
Ball spotted. Just past the marker. That's a Rocket first down.
So there you go now. They actually had that as a 4th and 2. It was a 2-yard sneak there for Osmond. Nice play. So 1st and 10 for the Rockets on the 26. 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Rockets trail 14. And they are driving. Tyree here playing the split end. Zaire in the back. Osmond pitches it out to Zaire. He's going to have to beat somebody, and he can't. Nice shoestring tackle. And that looked like number 9, Antoine Beard, and a great play there by the senior, Antoine Beard, with the shoestring tackle from the Bearcats.
He cut right through there, flying right up, didn't even get touched, and you could see him go right for the ankles.
One on the play, second and 11.
Replay. Yeah, nobody touched him. I mean, it was a nice play.
All right, so 2nd and 11 here for the Rockets. 7 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. Osmond again under center, so going to this look a little more. Zaire behind him, about 6 yards back. Goes play action, looking wide open in the middle of the field, and oh my goodness, number 24 Osmond drops it, hit him right in the hands, and that's a play action pass that York High was clearly not expecting, one that Spring Grove's got to hit.
Oh my gosh, and he's wide open too. He could have easily gotten another good 4 yards there. Had the defense pedaling backward, made it a nice shot there. Like, hands of stone almost. And that's not Osmond. He's usually pretty decent at catching the ball.
All right, so now Spring Grove putting in a tough spot here. Again, it's 3rd and 11. You'd like to come away with 6. They're on the 27. 27 plus 10, 37 plus 7, 44-yard field goals. No gimme in high school football. So I'm thinking, Coach Sprinkle is going to want to gain some yards here. And we got some movement on the defensive end, I think. No, a timeout.
A timeout on Spring Grove.
And so it's possible York High got bailed out there. I think they were just about to cross the line early, but Coach Sprinkle then saw something he didn't like, called a timeout. And so the Rockets take their first timeout of the half driving. Looks like they were Spring Grove took that timeout to avoid a delay of game penalty, and we know we don't want another one of those. Okay, so we have Spring Grove, 7:08 to go here in the third quarter, driving 3rd and 11 on their own 27, or I apologize, on the Bearcat 27. And so, as we mentioned, we've been near 500 viewers tonight. We have our 100th subscriber to the Spring Grove YouTube channel, and our love goes out to whoever from Maryland that was. So thank you very much to Maryland for tuning in. So there's a snap, another play action. Osmond is being chased, but he's able to get around from it. Throws a deep one into the end zone. Too much. Great interception there by the York High Bearcats. Nice tracking, and it looks like that was number 9 for the York High Bearcats. Antoine Beard, who made that nice shoestring catch. So Osmond running, gets out of trouble, but throws a pretty poor ball there.
Pass was intercepted in the end zone.
I like what he's trying to do, but running off his back foot and just not throwing in double coverage, tough ill-advised pass there, and that's going to cost the Rockets.
Yeah, by the time the ball actually gets there, there's like 4 or 5 guys surrounding that receiver. That was like a hope and pray.
All right, so the Rockets with a very good, strong drive, not able to get anything out of it, and the Bearcats will take over at their own 12-yard line with 6 minutes and 53 seconds to go here in the third. So Stoner in the gun, 2 backs, 1 on each side of them. And I think we're going to have a false start here.
Flag on the play.
On the Bearcats, as the officials are talking to the Bearcats.
Too many people on the field. I think that's what it was.
5-yard penalty.
12 men on the field
Remains
for the offense. And so
first down.
Bearcats get backed up. 1st and 15 now from the 7. And now we'll see the Bearcats working without a lot of room. Quick inside handoffs, shifty move, but he is dropped down right about at the line of scrimmage. Great defensive play here by the Rockets.
Ball carrier.
Yeah, they were fortunate to stay on him.
Gets back to about the line of scrimmage.
For a long one.
Brings up second down.
All right. So let's see here who made that play. It was a nice tackle. Spun out of one, and looks like number 81. I think he actually had that touchdown catch earlier. I think I misreported who that was. And that is Andrew Ziegler with a nice tackle. So 2nd and 15, Bearcats. Stoner in the gun. Movement again. And a quick screen. And the Rockets able to wrap him up. But, man, feisty is the Bearcats. And he fights for a couple more yards than he should have gained. It's going to be 3rd and manageable for the Bearcats. But the Rockets have it at 3rd and 6. They'll take this. They get a stop here. The Bearcats are going to be, I would think, forced to punt. So
3rd and 6.
3rd and 6 here for the Bearcats. 5:40 to go.
Yeah, the Rocket defense needs to swarm to that ball a little bit faster. Their guy was hanging on. It just took him a little bit more time. He was able to gain a couple of extra yards off of that.
All right, so Stoner in the gun, running back to his right. And we got movement on both sides of the line. One from a Bearcat, one from a Rocket, and I think we're going to get false start. And yes, we're going to get a false.
Going off sides, they're on complete opposite sides of the line.
And so far, Coach, third quarter, complete different story in terms of penalties.
That's a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, this is making a big difference.
3rd down.
The momentum switch. Spring Grove needs a big stop right here. This is going to be huge for them to get themselves moving in the second half.
So 3rd and 11 for the Bearcats from the 11, from their own 11. Stoner in the backfield, takes the shotgun snap. Brooks gets there quick, not able to make the tackle though, and York High gets the first down. Nice pitch and catch by the Bearcats. And I think that was number 21 on the catch, Janaz Sims. So nice hands and real shifty. Ran hard.
About the 29-yard line. That's a Bearcat first down, 1st and 10.
And so 1st and 10 for the Bearcats. That's a big conversion. Rockets pressing here on the near side. Once again, just a little flare out to the running back. This really is it's a college offense we're watching, Coach. There's a lot of options on the part of the quarterback, a lot of quick screens and flare out screens, a lot of movement. Very much has a college feel to it.
2nd and 4.
Yeah, it's really throwing this defense off. They're not sure which player is actually getting the ball. Good movement with Sam. Holding that ball and being able to misdirect real quick. Real nice pitch out too.
So 2nd and 4 now for the Bearcats. And looks like we have a timeout. I haven't seen a signal, but both teams are walking towards the sideline. Certainly not warm enough for a mandatory water break. All right, there it is. Timeout by the Bearcats. So York High takes their first timeout of the half with 4:14 to go in the 3rd quarter. York High leads the Spring Grove Rockets 21-7. And when they come back from the timeout, it'll be 2nd down and 4. All right, so a little update here. Dallastown it increases their lead against Northeastern now. As Dallastown is up 24-13 with 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go in the 3rd. Dallastown's first action of the season. And a direct snap. That was a direct snap, was it not?
Correct. There's a new quarterback out there, though.
And we have a Rocket down, and he is holding his leg. Might be number 18.
Officials timeout on the field.
It was number 19.
Yeah, it looks like he got his leg rolled up on.
Number 19, Brandon McCauley. He's a junior. Backup running back, plays defensive line. And it'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, that didn't look too good on the replay.
There is a yellow flag on the field. down at the
But
37-yard
good sign
line.
for him standing up, coming off the field.
And I think that was an accidental drop. No. York High's moving back, so there was a penalty on York High there. Hold. So York High moving backwards. Let's see if Sam Stoner came back into the game or if the backup quarterback. And it looks from afar that Sam is back in the game. So maybe just a temporary thing, maybe just a one-play trickery here. So 2nd and 12 for the Bearcats here on their own 27. Stoner in shotgun. 4 to his right, 1 to his left. Fakes a handoff and a quick flare pass that is dropped, and the Rockets swim to the ball that time.
Yeah, it was a nice defensive play right there. Looked like the receiver looked upfield prior to even having the ball.
3rd and 12.
So 3rd and 12 now for the Bearcats. And again, third quarter. Certainly not too late for the Rockets to make something happen. I'd like to see a stop here. And so we'll have to see here what defensive coordinator Matt Osmond has drawn up here for the guys. Looks like they're coming, Troy. And if they did, they got bounced off right away. White makes 1 miss, makes 2 miss. He's going to be stopped short, but not by much. And this is going to make Coach Stoner think. I think it's going to be 4th and 2.
White's ball carrier just short of the first down.
It is going to be 4th and 1.
4th and 1.
And, the punt they did earlier did not look very good. They're on the 39. We have not seen Sam Stoner keep the ball yet, but the run game's certainly been pretty good for York High.
They're going to go for it.
And, Stoner is out there. They are going to go for it. They have some big hog mollies on that one.
Could be a hard count, too.
White here to his left. And that's exactly what it was. And
that's exactly what York High didn't want, is their receiver going all sides.
And false start. So now I would assume Coach Stoner, Coach Stoner is sending in the punt team now.
That's a 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
4th and 6 now. Great job. Great job there by the Rockets to get off the field. And once again, Troy, we said the penalties this half have certainly turned drastically, and York High has another one. So first punt here was very low, very little hang time, and it hit a York player in the back, if you remember. And so this one, again, low, not much hang time, and only gets to about the 44-yard line. And
punt goes out of bounds.
That's going to be Spring Grove ball at their own 44. So they've got a great field position.
Rockets ball.
And an opportunity now to build on what the defense just did for them.
Hopefully we can start riding this and just whittle those yardage down. I mean, we have the backs here. I wouldn't be surprised if we do a couple little out plays maybe, but I can't see us going for the big bomb here.
Last drive, if you remember, we did run a real nice play action play, hit Osmond right in the hands. He wasn't able to make the catch. Got a new quarterback here for Spring Grove.
It looks like Gavin.
And it's a pitch to Osmond. A lot of guys in front of him, hits the hole, and that's a nice little 5-yard gain. And so I did see Gavin Smith throwing some balls on the sideline here.
Midfield mark.
And so
brings up.
He is under center. And so it is 2nd and 5 for the Rockets. And once again, Gavin Smith here in the gun. And man in motion. Gavin takes the ball, hands it off to Zaire, who is able to get a couple of yards. Nice dive forward here. I think he's going to be about a yard short.
I agree.
What do we know about Gavin Smith, Coach? I see he's a junior, 5'8", 160-pound quarterback.
Well, Gavin's the quarterback that led them to their undefeated 9th grade year.
Gain of 1 on the play.
This team's familiar with Gavin. He's played the whole way through the clubs, and now with the team here in his junior year. Good to see him getting a shot out there. I'm just wondering if the Osmond kid is injured right now, or if he's just giving him a blow. Don't know.
All right, so it's 3rd and 3 here for the Rockets. I do see Osmond here on the left side of the sideline, so he's by himself. He does appear to at least not need a trainer. It doesn't mean he's not injured. Or maybe Coach Sprinkle's just looking for something different as Gavin throws a completion to number 10, Jonah Wareheim, and the big senior makes a catch, and that's a first down Rockets. So Gavin Smith has his team driving here.
Minute 20 in the 3rd quarter.
That's good enough for a Rocket first down.
So,
yeah, it was a nice pitch and catch by Gavin. Good to get that rust off the arm and let him make a quick, easy catch there and get him started.
All right, so Gavin here has the pistol, Zaire behind him. 3 wide receivers to the left. Takes a snap, quick pitch, and Zaire is brought down quick. You know, Coach, I'd like to see, one of these times, I'd like to see them have the quarterback force the defense to make a decision between him and the running back instead of pitching it so quickly. It seems like to me they might be able to put the defense in a position where they would have to choose one or the other if the quarterback would keep it a little longer.
Right. And I don't know if that's in the Rocket playbook or not. But it is a little bit of a different game with the Smith kid out there as opposed to Osmond.
So 23 seconds to go here in the first quarter, or in the 3rd quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Rockets on the 38. Smith again in the gun. And they're going to have to snap it. Smith takes it, thinks about it, delays, and he is brought down from behind for no gain, maybe a loss of 1. Really, really heads-up play there by the Bearcat
Smith,
defender, and that's going to end the 3rd quarter.
And that's the end of the 3rd quarter.
He may have lost 2 there on that play.
Score remains Bearcats 21, Rockets 7.
See here, you can see Smith brings it down, and he is, just brought down from behind. Real nice play there.
It'll be Rocket ball. 3rd and 9.
And so heading into the 4th quarter, it is Bearcats of William Penn 21, Rockets of Spring Grove 7 here at Paper Maker Stadium. It will be 3rd and 9 for the Rockets. Again, I'd like to take this time to thank the video production team here. Of course, Mr. Richards leads that video production class, a group of students committed and dedicated to learning about and executing live broadcasts and performances for the community. And, to get out in the community. Of course, this year it's been a little different with COVID, but compete in different types of film festivals and things of that nature have been extremely successful. And that program and that course is really responsible for everything we're able to do tonight, along with the support of Mr. Louie and Mr. Enk. Of course, Dr. Ioannidis, Dr. Dietrich, the administration of Spring Grove, really a great opportunity for us, and we're so glad that you can join us tonight. And so it's 3rd and 9 here, 4th quarter. Take the shotgun for Smith, looks to pass, not there. Moves forward, throws a nice deep ball, but just a little underthrown and very well played there. I think that's number 35. Marcellus John, the senior, really made a nice read on that one. And so Spring Grove now 4th and 9 on the 40.
Up a 4th and 9 situation for the Rockets.
As well. I think the Smith kid was almost close to stepping over top of the line of scrimmage there on that throw.
I thought so too, but this is one I'm thinking where if Osmond, if he is healthy, since he is your punter, doesn't look like Springs Grove's going to do it, but it might have been the time to run a fake punt if you were going to do one. But on the 40-yard line here, Smith is going to stay in the game. And he is in shotgun with Brooks to his side, 2 receivers on each side. Bearcats heavy in the box. Wareheim cuts across the front. Little high there. Hand on the shoulder pad, but I think it was probably unreachable, and so it is uncatchable. And so it is a turnover on down for the Rockets, and the Bearcats of William Penn will get the ball on their own 40-yard line.
It'll be Bearcat ball. 1st and 10, 40-yard line.
And so Spring Grove struggling to execute here on 3rd and long, and 4th and long is going to cost them on this possession. But on the flip side, their defense has looked great this half, Troy, and hopefully can get a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, they can't have this momentum stop right away. They're going to have to put something happen. Who knows? We'll see what happens with York if they keep their penalty woes going.
Sam in the gun with White to his left. Inside handoff, and White is moving. He had a nice blocker, did a great job leading this blocker, and gets a first down. About a 13-yard scamper or so there for White. And, boy, there's that big play explosion that we saw in the first half for York High coming back again.
Really good lead blocking out there, too.
First down, first and 10.
Giving him that whole lane to the outside.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Bearcats from the 48-yard line of the Rockets. Stoner's in the gun. White's to his right. Sweeping back, gives the inside handoff, and the Rockets are able to bring him down quickly for no gain, maybe a gain of 1. As we saw Jacquez Simmons with the motion before the snap behind the quarterback, but nothing came of it.
Gain of about 2 on the play brings up 2nd down.
Elsewhere in York Adams County, Bermudian Springs currently leads Fairfield 26-7. DeLone Catholic up 27-0 on Littlestown. 2nd and 8 here with 10:55 to go in Papermaker Stadium. Stoner in the gun, White to his left. 2 receivers to the left, and another handoff. White with a little bit of a counter play, and he's able to move that for a first down, but there is a flag.
Yeah, looks like there may have been holding
Flag
on the
down at the end
backside
of the
here.
play. Flag in the backfield.
Flag behind the play, and it is coming back. And so that is going to back the Bearcats up. So a beautiful counter play there for William Penn is going to be coming back.
While they're marching off this penalty, just wanted to give a shout out to
Holding
the Marines
against
who
the
are out
Bearcats,
there.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the
southwest
foul.
part of the
It'll
United States.
remain
My son,
2nd
Lance
down.
Corporal Wyatt Smith, is out there right now. Here in about 4 or 6 months, he's going to be heading to Norway. Just one of them guys to know how much we appreciate them, both the men and women of the Marines.
Absolutely, Wyatt. Troy, I know that's your kid, but what a great kid. I know him as when I was a teacher here, just stand-up kid, and you should be real proud of that young man. Drop snap there.
Yep.
Drop snap there for the Bearcats. They're able to recover it, but they certainly do not want to turn over right now.
That may be the momentum change right there that Spring Grove
about
needs.
5 on the play
With
brings
10-15
up a
left. They need to be able to get this ball back and be able to move it down and score here to make this game competitive.
Elsewhere in the county, Gettysburg leads Susquehannock 29-10. In the end of the third, Dallastown, last report is still Dallastown 24, Northeastern 13.
Yeah, it looked like Sam just took his eyes off the ball. He saw the runner coming.
Looks like we got a timeout here from Coach Stoner. That's going to be his second of the half. And so on a 3rd and 21 on his own 41, probably trying to just calm the offense down here. They've had a couple backwards plays in a row. Just get them calmed down here. Does not want a costly turnover for sure. And so with 9:50 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Bearcats lead 21, or in the 4th quarter, I apologize. 9:51 to go in the 4th quarter, Bearcats lead 21-7. And if Spring Grove wants to make something happen, this is a 3rd quarter. They're going to have to shut the Bearcats down on. Or a 3rd down that they're going to have to shut the Bearcats down on.
Yeah, if they can hold them here, unlike that last play, Sam Stoner's been playing a real solid game. Staying in the pocket, making some solid throws. Just looks like he took his eye off the ball real quick as the receiver was coming across it. It looked like they were setting up the jet play.
Well, Troy, I feel like they've been running the clock a little bit this quarter here, York High, but it's been a long time since they sold out number 14. Rasheem Lee, who made a huge impact early in the game, wondering if coach is going to go to him now. And sure enough, they're looking to pass, and just out of reach. And so Spring Grove manages to shut down York High and get off the field here. And York High's going to have to punt, 4th and 21.
Looked like a nice wheel route setting up there. He hit it right in the hole. It's just the receiver wasn't quite there yet.
go, fellas.
Yeah, it was that running back coming out of the backfield. Just overthrow. There's a good throw for Sam. Put it right where he needed to.
Oh, a big block! And Springgrove's going to get the ball at about the 18-yard line. They bust through and block the punt.
Use the momentum switch right now.
And the punter looks like he might be hurt. Let's see this here on the replay what happens.
It didn't look like he got touched at all, though.
See, he was actually acting a little funny before that snap even came. There's the snap. Springgrove busts through, and oh, they did plow through him. Oh my goodness!
Well, I think once that ball hits the ground, it's a money back then and not a punt.
Rocket ball, 1st and 10.
So 1st and 10 Rockets on the 19-yard line, and coach, they got to score here. This has got to be.
Yeah, they need to put 6 on the board here.
It is Osmond back in the game, so maybe he was.
Looks like William Penn brought the house on that play.
Maybe Osmond was shook up a little bit, though. He is back in the game. He did take the snap there. And so, looked like a loss of 1 on the play for the Rockets.
Tyree Brooks, the ball carrier. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11.
So, field goal's probably out of the question here, Coach. Only 9 minutes and 8 seconds to go. You're down 14. So, I'm thinking Rockets got to be going for 4-down territory here. Osmond in the gun, backs on either side. Takes it. Another really low pass, hit another one. Another one wide open that he missed short on. Wareheim's down in the middle of the field. Hope he's okay. It looks like he's grabbing his upper leg.
Intended for number 8, Mike Shockfay.
And Mike Shockfay is one of the Rockets that recovered a fumble last week against Northeastern, one of the 3 Rockets that did that.
Yeah, here in the replay, we'll be able to see if Andrew steps into this throw. No, he's barely throwing off that front leg. He needs to put more on that ball, get it out there.
All right, so again, Bearcats loading the box here. And he threw that high and not able to be caught by Wareheim. And now it's going to be 4th and 11
Pass
for the Rockets.
Intended for Wareheim.
That's the kind of ball that needs to be caught. That was right in his hands.
Brings up 4th and long for the
Put it
Rockets.
where it needed to be.
Let's check that on the replay here again. The Bearcats really loading the box, not showing a lot of respect to this passing game right now. And yeah, looked like a pretty good ball. So Osmond in the gun. There's a must-have for the Rockets. There's a snap. And Osmond's in no shape, and he is, and they blowed it dead. And I know the Rockets sideline's not happy, and Osmond better keep his cool. He got a personal foul last year in the game we did, but he wasn't going anywhere with that play anyways. I mean, he was dead to rights, 30 yards backwards, 25 yards backwards running. So he wasn't going anywhere even if they didn't call this dead. And you know, the officials are always going to play it safer than not safe.
Ends up being a turnover on downs. It'll be Bearcats.
So it's a tough break for the Rockets, but it was also a great defensive play by William Penn.
Yep,
from the 35-yard line.
I think it was a smart call by the official there. I don't see Osmond outrunning too many of these guys on the William Penn defense.
In other news, Wareheim here on the sideline is stretching himself out here on the right by the 25-yard line. Hope he's okay. And White hits the middle, picks up about 4. And Springgrove comes away with the ball, but it was whistled dead. See on the replay if we can see anything that happened.
White, the ball carrier.
2nd and 7 for the Bearcats.
Gain of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
So it's hard to see on the replay if he actually did fumble that or not.
Well, either way, it's 2nd and 7 here with 8 minutes to go here. Bearcats driving. And another run play. And I think that was White again, tripped up after a short gain. And so the Bearcats are going to have a 3rd and 3. Maybe a 3rd and 2.
Kyle Jillian Reese on the stop for the Rockets brings up 3rd down.
3rd and 2 for the Bearcats, 7:40 to go, up 14. The Rockets have got to get off the field here. And you remember the Bearcat punter was holding his leg. Even with the stop here, the Bearcats may not be in a position to punt even if they wanted to. Stoner gives the inside handoff. It's not going to matter, though, as they scamper forward to the 49-yard line.
Good choice of the hole there by the running back, making that little short sidestep.
Kelvin Matthews, the ball carrier.
And that's a first down by Kelvin Matthews. Kelvin was West York with us here a couple years ago, moved out to the city, and happy to see Kelvin get a first down there. Good, hard-working kid. In the pistol, Kelvin gets it again, and Kelvin gets about a gain of 4, so looks like it's going to be 2nd and 6 for the Bearcats, under 7 minutes to go, and they're probably content just to bleed this clock as much as they can.
They can't be sitting back waiting.
Gain of 4 on the play,
no huddle.
2nd and 6.
Be ready. I see a lot of hands on the hips out there. They need a turnover or some kind of stoppage here.
So 2nd and 6 for the Bearcats. They're on the 47. Stoner in the gun. Play clock to 10. Not in any hurry. 3 seconds, 2. They're bleeding it out. Stoner takes it. And now passing. Deep one-on-one coverage. And looked like maybe a little bit of a push-off there by the York High Bearcat receiver, but the ball was too far underthrown and not able to get to it.
Incomplete.
So 3rd and 6 now, but the clock stops, Troy, with that choice to throw the ball there.
It was a smart play with York High running the no huddle and then running the clock down. Spring Grove wasn't able to make any substitutions. I just saw a couple players coming on the field.
So 3rd and 6 now. 10 seconds to go on the play clock. York High in the pistol. Stoner takes it, hands it off, and drop down short of the first down is number 24, Kelvin Matthews. And so it was all white earlier in the game, and now Matthews in the 4th quarter is coming in to do some bruising. And it's going to be
2 yards short. Brings up 4th and 2.
They're calling it 4th and 2 here. Looks about maybe 4 and 1.5. 5 minutes, 45 seconds to go. And Stoner in the shotgun here. Matthews slightly back into the right of him. And there's the handoff, and Matthews is going to plow forward, and first down, Bearcats.
Ball spotted about the 39-yard line. That's good enough for a Bearcat first down.
And so now with 5 minutes, 25 seconds to go, York High holds a 14-point lead and the ball, and they're driving into Rocket territory. Ball on the 39-yard line. And just heard the coach get that ball back, and that's the only way Spring Grove has a hope here. They've got to force a turnover as Kelvin shifting a little bit, moving, and boy, that's a nice run by Kelvin Matthews. He did let the ball out, though, and hard to see who recovered it.
Recovered before it went out.
Matthews, the ball carrier.
They're calling it Bearcat ball. So whether it was recovered before it went out or it went out of bounds, Bearcats got it, and so it's going to be Bearcat ball after a first down run by Kelvin Matthews.
The ball went out of bounds, be spotted on about the 21-yard line. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 Bearcats on the Spring Grove 21. Another run play here by the Bearcats. A couple of yards, just enough to keep pushing forward and keep that clock going. It's going to be about 2nd and 8 for the Bearcats. Meanwhile, out in other places in the county,
Gain of 2 on the play.
Dallastown extends their lead over Northeastern. They're up 30-19 now, so 11 points to go with 6 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And we have cracked the 520 viewer mark. Thank you so much to all of you out there watching. Before this ends, we will talk to you about future potential live stream dates and what we're looking to do here. And really appreciate you guys tuning in to watch us. Hope it's been good for you to see. As the Bearcats with an outside run gets sniffed out by the Rockets.
Defensive play there.
Yeah, it really was. And for a Johnny Cheshire, he had nowhere to go there. Great play by the Rockets here to force a 3rd down.
Yeah, it was a really solid open field tackle, went right down shoestring and Brought him down. Nice
Loss
job.
on the play brings up 3rd and 9.
Got DeLone still up 27-0 against Lewistown. York Catholic is up 14-6. Not quite sure who they're playing here. Gettysburg's up 29-10 over Susquehannock still. And with 3 minutes and 45 seconds to go, it is 3rd and 9. A little surprised Spring Grove hasn't taken timeouts yet here with 2 seconds to go on the play clock. And they run a reverse. York High does a little trickery here, and they're going to be short of the first down.
Yeah, it looks like he gained, about 4 or 5 there?
Gained about 4 or 5 yards there. Really had Spring Grove fooled a good bit.
Just shy of the ball carrier.
And
Spring Grove needs to stop here. We got about, 4th and 5 here?
yeah, and I don't know if York High has a place
about
kicker they're
6 on the
confident or
play
not, but
brings
a
up
field goal
4th
here
and
makes
5.
all huge difference in the game. So I would think if they have a kicker they've got faith in, that's what they'd be going for here. With 3 minutes and 33 seconds to go. And it does look like Coach Stoner is going to take his final timeout to think this one over. So with 3:33 to go, Bearcats lead 21-7. It is 4th and 5 on the 16-yard line of Spring Grove. Field goal basically puts the game out of hand. Even if they don't get a field goal, I mean, it's an uphill battle for Spring Grove, but certainly a fighter's chance at that time.
I agree. They would have to have some major things happen for them, some big plays, some turnovers possibly, or just quick 3 and out. How many timeouts does Spring Grove have?
Spring Grove has 2 timeouts left. So, yeah, like you mentioned, Troy, it would require a quick score and then either an onside recovery or really probably a turnover if they were gonna somehow send this game to overtime. So we'll see what York does here, whether or not they send out Sam Stoner or they send out the kicker. And it
Looks like there's some confusion going on.
They're not kicking well. Sam's not in the game.
No, they have the running quarterback.
Sam is not in the game, and it is an option, and he is absolutely smothered by the Rockets for a huge loss. Big turnover there for the Rockets. It's now Rocket ball. So Rockets get the turnover on downs. 3:26 to go. The offense has been stagnant. They've moved a little bit, but haven't put any points up. And so
gets a turnover on
just haven't
downs.
been consistent enough.
It'll be Rocket ball.
They got a little bit of a
First and
boost there
10.
when Gavin came in. I'm assuming that Osmond was had a little bit of a stinger or something, and he worked it back out. I will say this about Osmond. He steps up in the pocket nice. He's just got to have his receivers catch that ball, especially when he throws it right at the hands. They got to catch that ball and help out the quarterback.
well, 1st and 10. He's in the empty backfield. He's in the gun. York High's got 5 on the line. They send them all, and Osmond's got a hole, and he's going to run a little bit. Nice block there on the far side of the field, and Osmond gets out of bounds, and a nice little pickup there for the Rockets.
Yeah, I wasn't even checking to see who that was. It was doing the block. Great open field. Receiver turning
Gain
into the
about
block.
9 on the play.
So 2nd and 1 now.
Brings up 2nd and 1 for the
3:17 to
Rockets.
go after the 9-yard scamper by Osmond, and Spring Grove takes a timeout. And so Spring Grove has 1 timeout left, and with 3:17 to go, they're down 14.
Timeout, Rockets.
They got 72 yards to go here to the end zone, so they got to get moving.
And the replay verified it was Zyree that was made that block on the outside, turning himself from a receiver into a blocker. Helped Osmond out, gain a couple extra yards.
So you tell me, Coach, again, you've been in this position. I haven't been. Is this a situation right now where Coach Sprinkle or Foltz is probably going and, hey, here's what we're doing next play? Do they have 2 or 3 plays called for the next 2 or 3 plays in a row here based on circumstances and situations, or is it just 1 play at a time right now?
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised even if they don't have 2 plays lined up that they're going no huddle right off the bat, and it's a quick call from the sideline to the armband. I'm assuming they all have armbands. I can't see that far from here, but
Need a little Chip Kelly, like a cheeseburger sign or
right, exactly.
a paper mill, a diaper, something like that to signal what the play is real quick.
Exactly.
Okay. 2nd and 1 here for the Rockets. Empty backfield. And it's Smith back there again. Osmond is not the quarterback. Smith takes a snap, quick release, gets it to Zaire. And nice little shifty move, and he's fighting, and he gets outside.
Oh, man, that should have been a flag right there. That was way out of bounds.
And there is a little scuffle in there.
Out of bounds.
A little scuffling on the sideline here. Tyree there coming to the defense of his brother. Coach is doing a good job keeping everybody calm. And looks like everyone's settled down. That was a hard play by the Bearcats. He was fighting to not go out of bounds. It might have looked a lot worse than it really was, Coach.
He was way outside of the white, though, when he was pushed, tackled aggressively down.
No flags on the play. Good enough for a Rocket. First down.
Well, either way, you were right, Coach. They're up and ready to go here. 3:08 left on the clock. And one in the backfields with Smith. Takes from the gun, rolls immediately to the left. Rolling left, throwing right, just getting in the way.
And that was actually a good non-throw. On
Smith's pass is incomplete.
Getting it out of bounds, just stopping the clock.
For 24, Darian Austin.
Get to the next play. We still have second down, 10. Still manageable.
Live to fight another day. 3:03 to go here. 2nd and 10 for the Rockets on their own 37, down 14. Looks like we have another Rocket limping off the field here. That looks to be number 55, Logan Herbst, offensive lineman, coming off the field. And Smith here in the gun, trips to the left, running back to his left, another receiver on his own on the right. Little play action, looks to run, and that's exactly what he does. And he gives himself up. And it is going to be 3rd and long now for the Rockets.
Yeah, gets out past the 40 to about the 41-yard line.
Go for that first down, at least
brings
try
up
for
3rd
it.
and 6.
But playing safe, hey, I don't know the status of Osman, if he is injured right now. So.
Yeah, he is back on the sideline. He started the drive as a quarterback, so it's hard to know, but it's 3rd and 6 now. Smith in the gun. Backer to his right. 2 receivers to his right. Takes it. Rolls out right. Nice deep ball. Wide open. And nice run and catch by number 16, Chris Campbell.
And great job by Gavin stepping up and making that reception.
That wasn't
not taking off and run.
But how about that closing speed? I think that was Marcellus John. How about that closing speed, Coach?
Yeah, we can see it here on the replay.
He is a good 7-8 yards back, and he's able to close that gap fast to save a touchdown. Good play by him. And
hey, he got out of bounds, stopped the clock.
2:09 to go, 1st and goal from the 5, down 14, got to make it happen. Smith controlling the Zaire. Bearcats up on the line heavy again, and Smith lets one go right into a Bearcats hand. It looks like the press coverage worked really well, and that unfortunately, that's going to be all they called for the Rockets. That's almost, it looked as if Smith had his idea where he wanted to go with the ball before the ball was snapped.
I'm not even sure if the receiver was looking at it.
Yeah, I think he was being jammed pretty well at the line. Let's take a look here on the replay. Smith takes the ball. And you know what it was? It was a pick play.
Yeah.
And it did not work the way.
Yeah, he threw it to the wrong person.
It was drawn up. Yeah. And so it's going to be York-High ball from the 3-yard line, but 2:03 to go. They are up 14 points, 21 York-High, 7 Spring Grove Rockets. And as long as they avoid disaster here, York-High is going to walk out of here with a satisfying win. Stoner in the gun, hands it off. Can't tell if that's Matthews or White. It has been Matthews for most of the quarter. He did have a fumble early on, though, and it is White. And so White picks up a couple.
Gets out past the 5-yard line to about the 9.
And so a 4-yard,
brings up 2nd and
6-yard gain for White. 2nd and 4 with 1:40 to go. Spring Grove has 1 timeout left. And Coach Sprinkle seems like he's okay with letting that clock run. Coach Stoner's going to probably let this run down to about 2 or 3 seconds, I would guess. No, and they're going to snap it a little earlier, and York High hits the hole, but Spring Grove there to stop it right around the first down line, about a yard short.
White, the ball carrier.
And so, Troy, we got a minute to go. Sam Stoner looked really good in the first half. So did Rasheem Lee, the big wide receiver. Certainly, we've called Jaheim White's name a lot today. Of those three, who would you give your game ball to?
Oh, that's hard to say. Sam played a nice, solid game. That receiver, though, he's on top of his game. He can definitely get out there and break, and he goes up for the ball. A couple of those catches were all him going up top to get it.
Looks like
I'd say it had to be a toss-up between those two.
Looks like we had probably a horse collar tackle here.
Matthews, ball carrier.
And Kelvin Matthews gets up. He's okay, but there was no question about that. He was brought down from the back here as we look at the replay.
Face mask penalty
They
against
called
the
a
Rockets.
face mask. Let's take a look here. Look. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, he did get his hand back off of his face mask quick, but
That's a 15-yard penalty and automatic
And
first
so
down.
35 seconds to go.
Bearcats.
First down for the Bearcats. First and 10 from 26. And
you're
so
going to see the victory formation.
it looks like this matchup is going to go to the Bearcats of York High. However, another inside handoff here that's just going to run the clock. Kelvin Matthews gains a couple yards. In Division I action, 1:39 to go in the fourth at Northeastern.
Matthews,
Dallastown,
ball
30. Northeastern, 27. And so
Gain of
Really could be
6
the
on
last
the
play of the
play.
game right there.
that's actually at
Brings
Dallastown.
up
So that
second
game right
and
now is a
4.
3-point game with a minute and a half to go. And with 5 seconds to go, the teams are on the field. And a well-contested game, hard fought. All the action in the first
That's
half,
the end
Troy.
of the game.
And
Final score.
exciting game, but for the Rockets, unable to get it
21,
done.
Rockets 7.
First half, the penalties really did them in. The second half, not being able to execute on golden opportunities. 30 yards gained from the
Thank you, everyone,
penalties
for
there on
coming
that
out
first
tonight.
drive, and they couldn't score. They had an interception that they
Drive
threw
safe.
from the 5-yard
See you
line.
next
And
game.
you
Thank
know, you shoot yourself in the foot in the first half with penalties, and you don't execute on golden opportunities in the second half. It's going to be tough to win ball games.
Yeah, because it seemed like it completely flip-flopped as soon as the game went into the second half. Spring Grove just didn't capitalize, and then when they got that big play down here to throw the pick on the very next play ensuing, going in for the touchdown, that's just a momentum killer right there.
And for the last 6 quarters for the Rockets, they've scored 7 points, and so that offense, those costly errors keep coming up, and really hope that they're able to turn that down next week as York High now moves to 2-0 and first place in the YAIAA. York High will be facing Dallastown at Small Field, so that should be a great game, as it looks like Dallastown's going to pull out the win there. So that should be a matchup between a 1-0 and a 2-0 team. And Spring Grove will be traveling down Route 74 to Dover, Pennsylvania, to battle the Eagles of Dover. And so that should be another great game. And in terms of our live stream production, hopefully you can join us again. We are planning to do a similar live stream here on October 16th and again on October 30th. So try to catch us for that, and visit the SG live stream page to see about other awesome live stream opportunities to catch throughout this school year. For Troy Smith, I'm Wayne Dahl. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you so much to Steve Richards, Dr. Ioannidis, Dr. Dietrich, Ben Louie, and all the Spring Grove Rocket family and students to make this happen. It's been a privilege. Oh, and of course, thank you to Mr. Chris Ank, giving him a couple shots out. I'll give him another one. Mr. Ank, thank you very much. Miss you. Hope all is well. Thank you, everybody. Have a great night.